Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to talk about Money Making Mondays with the SSN Nation. And you know, how to create income, how to create wealth, the usual that we teach here. And I like it because Mr. Financial said SSN University. That's right, I like that. Welcome to SSN Nation, everybody, on a Monday Night Live. I appreciate it. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back. You can see I had a little something on the screen already for you guys because we have to start talking about business. We have to start talk about creating wealth and income the right way. Quite frankly, I've seen some things on the internet lately. Of course, I browse YouTube every now and then, and some things have popped up. And I can't believe it. You guys know how this is known as the no guru zone. You know how we do that around here. We don't charge for any courses. We don't charge for any webinars, seminars, any of that. And come to find out, all these so-called gurus, not all, quite a few of these so-called gurus are paying to be on other platforms that are big-time platforms, and they're paying big-time dollars to validate what they're saying, when in reality, it's just a paycheck. This is very interesting, but we're not going to be talking about that right now because we bring the real up in here. All right? So tonight, chat is open for everybody on the Monday Night Live, and if you have any questions, you know you can always ask them here. All right? We try to answer them, and you want to get a pen, pad, and pencil ready because we have people in the chat that have also done something, and they contributed as well. It's not only me. SSN Nation is everybody that's helping out, bringing everybody to the top. That's how we do it here. All right? So I want to thank you once again for being here, and let me see who's in the house. We have Diesel Mike is in the house. Good evening, Eric. Welcome to the SSN Nation Money Making Mondays live stream. And he has the icon next to his name. That means he's a member of the channel. That means he also receives special messages on the community tab and on Wednesday night live stream, which is at 8:50 p.m. Members with the icon next to their name are the only ones that can chat, but everybody else can see it. And before I forget, please share the videos, ladies and gentlemen, because the YouTube algorithms don't like to share what we're talking about here because we're actually trying to help people. No okey doke. All right. So let's also start off with, please smash that like button so the YouTube algorithms know that we have people watching the live stream. All right. And we have another person in the house, Victor Marrero. Hello, all. And his tagline is, let's do this. He's in the house. Thank you so much once again for being here, Victor Marrero, on the Money Making Mondays SSN live stream. I appreciate it. And once again, let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to start off with something because we want to make money. This is about money making tonight. And everybody thinks it's very, very hard, or a lot of people thinks it's very hard, but it's not that hard. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put something up on the screen, but look at, we have Vanessa Comagate, who also has the icon next to her name. What's up, SSN fam? Ready to take notes? That's what I'm talking about. She's got the pen, pad, and paper ready, and you never know what gems are going to be dropped. So first up, a lot of people are saying, you know what? I want to start a business. Okay, you can start a business. You don't actually need an LLC to start a business. You can actually become an affiliate of a whole bunch of companies and send people to those places that you want to send them. Just like I have links down below. Those are affiliate links. So when we're talking about get your free stock from Robinhood and Webull, the link is down below. How much did it cost me to become an affiliate? Zero. But they still give me some money if I send people over there and they sign up. All right. So that's how simple affiliate marketing works. And that's how easy you can become an affiliate of Amazon, eBay, ClickBank, a whole bunch of different organizations that all you have to do is send people. Like, for instance, I'll give you another one, the $10,000 business trade line from Credit Strong is now available. I don't have the link for Credit Strong down below in the description, but you can always search the channel and pull up the Credit Strong link if you would like to sign up using my link. And then therefore, that is also affiliate and commission money to be made. Simple things like that. You might have a different business, a different idea. You might sell flowers, right? You might sell books. So you would then therefore put your book on a platform, or you can actually go get a book off a platform and become an affiliate. That's how we create money. But let's talk about this first, because if you do want to start a business and you do want to start it off from scratch and be legitimate, then you guys know what I talk about, Opus Virtual Office. All right. So now you have a commercial business address. You're going to have a business phone number. The business phone number is also on 411. That is major. So when you dial 411 for Stop Struggling Now, it comes up. When you call, when you sign up, not only that, you'll have a person answering the phone, a live person answering the phone in your business name. Also, you can tell somebody here's your business fax number. Some of you may be thinking, Eric, if I have a fax number, how do I get that information? Well, all they do is they transcribe it and send you a copy via email of the fax for no additional charge, because they do charge you for this service. So I'm going to show you here the screen so you guys can see for yourselves. This is Opus Virtual Office. This is who I recommend. The reason why, commercial business address is major, especially when you have to do somebody answering your phone under your company name is major. Now, here's the other major part of Opus Virtual Office. It only costs you $99 a month. Some of you might say that's a lot, but for me, I don't look at it as a lot, because now the address is a commercial address. The phone number is a business phone number. The fax number is a business fax number. You're on 411. That's your first step establishing a business. I'll give you more. A person that answers the phone can forward the person on the phone. The receptionist can forward it to any of 4 numbers that you designate. So in other words, you can put in 4 numbers and then they'll say, can you please hold? I'm going to transfer you. And then they're going to try each number, whatever you designate. If you can go up to 4 numbers, but I mean, most people only have 1 number or 2 numbers, but up to 4 numbers, it'll go. After it does not answer, then it goes to your own private voicemail that Opus Virtual Office also has for you. So now you then killed more than 2 birds with 1 stone, right? So the other keys to this, some people might not understand just yet. All right. This right here, you can barely see, but it's called business credit building. That's what they have there. So they're using a corporate mailing address, company phone, company fax, all that. Okay. Voicemail converted to email as well. But the receptionist answering the phone, being able to transfer you, and business credit building because of the commercial address. Now you can put that down as you start building your business credit, that is. All right. So now you have a stronghold starting straight out the box, because age of your business will matter. So this is how we're starting it off. And the $99 a month is a tax write-off. You guys understand that, right? Okay. So I just want to show you this real quick. You don't need a virtual office. You don't have to go with Opus, but a lot of people work from home. Why use your home address? You want to be safe, and you want some sort of separation between your residential, your personal life, and business, because a business is a separate entity, right? So that's your first thing that you want to start off with. All right. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We have Wilson Koo in the house. Good evening, Mr. Bird and SSN fam. Welcome to the Money Making Monday SSN Nation Monday Night Live. Thank you so much for being here, Wilson Koo, with the icon next to his name. And Wilson Koo, he has some funding options as well for people. So again, he knows better than anybody when you start out for a new business that presents challenges. So if sooner you get your address, sooner as you get your LLCs in order, the better, because then the age comes into play. So it's better to have 6 months worth of business than 0. All right. So that's all I'm trying to say with that right now. So thank you so much for being here, Wilson Koo. I appreciate it. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it twice within 11 minutes. Please smash that like button, because we got to have the YouTube gods doing what we got to do. Let them know that we're in the house. All right. Now, let's see. Where else am I going to go with this tonight? Because that was the first thing I wanted to talk about, along with the affiliate marketing. And some of you might be saying, okay, Eric, tell me something. I want to start a few things. It doesn't matter if it's YouTube, Instagram. It doesn't matter what you're trying to start or what business you're trying to start. It could be offline. But a lot of people will do what I say, go to Fiverr, because Fiverr has everything. Fiverr is F-I-F, hold on. F as in Frank, I, V as in Victor, E-R-R. All right. So you go there, Fiverr.com, and almost anything that you can do online, people offer their services. It used to be $5 is what most things started for. There's still some things $5, but now due to inflation, people now charge more than $5. Some people charge $20. Some people charge $25. Some people charge $10. It all depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're trying to find a logo or get a logo made, sure, you can listen to some guys and say, hey, pay me $1,000, $3,000 because I'm worth it. Or you can give 2 guys on Fiverr or 3 guys on Fiverr for $15 or $20 for all 3, and give 3 guys different options to get you a logo. It's a tax write-off, by the way. All right. So you might want to have somebody make an intro video for, like, for instance, a YouTube intro. You might want somebody to make an intro for your business. You might want somebody to create a website for your business. All of everything that you can do to create business can be done on Fiverr. Yes, I do have a link down below for Fiverr. Of course I do. That's affiliate marketing. All right. So for referring people, I'd like to get a little change, right? Nothing wrong with that. Doesn't cost anybody any extra. So then some of you might say, hey, Eric, you know what? I don't want to do that. So here we go. Fiverr does web design also, right? Yes, they do, Victor Marrero. Exactly. They do. Everybody does everything on Fiverr pretty much when it comes to social media marketing, building websites and things like that. So, and again, it could charge, when you start doing website design, it depends on 1 page, 5 pages. It could be anywhere from $5 to $500. It all depends on who you're working with. There's different people, and the market is an open marketplace. So a new person might only charge somebody $75 or $50 for a full-blown website, but a person that's seasoned, he might say, I want $300. So, but again, it's an open marketplace, so people can pick and choose what they want to do. So that's the beauty of Fiverr, because you can do almost everything there and pay somebody, and it's a tax write-off if you're doing this for business. Now, remember, we haven't had an accountant on yet. We're going to have an accountant on so you guys can follow up and ask some questions, because a lot of people, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a financial advisor, so a lot of people may be taking what I'm saying as a grain of salt. But you can write off Fiverr, you can write off Opus Virtual Office. Not only can you do that, but when you start up, the IRS has it where you can write off up to $5,000, basically $5,000 from a startup. IRS, carte blanche. It's not like it's a question. So if you start up a business and you file your taxes next year and you say, okay, I'm going to take that $5,000 deduction, that's not even, it's no problem. That's not a red flag. They give you up to $5,000. You might as well just take the $5,000, whether it cost you that or not, right? So ultimately it may, because when you start thinking about it, $99 a month is $1,200. If I pay somebody $200 through Fiverr services, now we're up to 14. You can get to 5 pretty fast. All right. So, you start thinking about cell phone bills. You start thinking about ink on a printer. All this stuff can add up pretty fast. Or you can itemize it and take them separately. So it's up to you, whichever one gives you the better benefit. But we got to have an account on, so then you guys can hear this for yourself from a financial advisor, from an accountant, a person that does this every day. All right. For building a robust website, do you recommend hiring someone stateside instead of international? I don't personally. However you want to do it, wherever you feel comfortable is the way I look at it. And the answer to your question, the way I feel about it is, yes, I like dealing with people in the USA that have offices, or I can call them and I can understand them. Whenever we do, I've had people do international, and then I've been on phone calls, and sometimes I can't understand what they're saying, and there's translation issues. And then sometimes, because of cultural differences, their interpretation of what you're saying is a little bit different. So even though they do great work internationally, it's just sometimes it takes just a little extra longer or extra explanations because of cultural differences. But I prefer USA, quite frankly. Make sure whoever you get for Fiverr, you keep the design as you pay for the work. Wilson Koo, that's it exactly. That's pretty much how you always have to do it. Before you get into it, he hit it right on the head. I not mentioned, but thank you, Wilson Koo. Whenever you pick somebody on Fiverr, you have to make sure that's one of the things that you have all the rights. At least they respond saying it, so you have record of it. Make sure you have everything is written to you. And also, if you plan on using music like intros and things like that, you have to make sure the music that you have the I want to call it like the copyright paperwork for it, where you're allowed to use the music. All right. You need some documentation, because when you put it on the internet, the way the internet works, if there's music by somebody else and you don't have that copyright information that you can give them to show them that this is legitimate, that you can use it legitimately, then they could actually ban your production. So that's why you have to make sure that you have that. All right. Or you can send them royalty-free music in the first place, and pick out your own music before they design it. So there's 2 ways you can do it. But yeah, that's a very important thing. And that goes with your logos. That goes with everything, to make sure you have the rights to it all. They don't get to keep it and use it. All right. Moses Tillman with the icon next to his name. Welcome to the Money Making Mondays SSN Nation live stream with the icon. Good evening, SSN fam. And he's got his tagline, let's get it. I like that. Of course, thank you so much, Moses Tillman, for being here in the house tonight. Nothing against international, but it isn't just the language. It's also the time difference. That's correct. That is absolutely right. Like, what time is it? 8:50 p.m. So, yeah. So a lot of people, it's flipped. So it'll be 11, 12 at night, and you got to call Asia or something. And the same rules apply now. Like, if you have something to do with Europe, they're like 8, 7 to 9 hours ahead. So now it's 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, international has some time differences that makes things kind of sketchy as well. But either way, if I have my preference, it's always dealing with USA, especially if I'm doing a website. If I'm doing logos or intros or anything like that, then I have no problem with international, because while I'm sleeping, they're up doing the thing. And then usually when I wake up, they're like, here's what I got for you. Let me know what you think. So it works out that way. But if it's a website, I wouldn't do it internationally, unless, of course, you have time and they understand what you're saying. But again, it's your own preference. But again, that's the way you go. Fiverr. Some of you may be sitting there going, okay, Eric, I don't want to pay Fiverr. Yeah, I got to put this up. I have had friends get in a legal battle over intellectual property and interest, and they started claiming against the business owners for stealing their own logo. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how they do it. That's why you keep all your correspondence and all your paper, and you hired them to perform the service for you. And again, you could get in a legal battle. It's not shocking. We live in the litigious United States of America, where you can take people's property off, take people's belongings, properties, intellectual property, real property, just from a lawsuit. And it has nothing to do with right or wrong. It has to do with, we got a lawsuit, somebody might have a better lawyer or some sort of cases, and the judge says, boom, whatever. So you don't want to be caught up with that. All right? Good points, Wilson Coop. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial's in the house with the icon next to his name. Welcome to the Money Making Mondays with SSN Nation live. Good evening, all. Thank you so much for being here once again. All right. So those are some of the first things you can do with Fiverr. Some of you might say, hey, Eric, you know what? I don't have any money. All right. I'm living paycheck to paycheck, just like 70% of the population. All right. So any extra money, I might not be able to do that and spend it. So, okay. So you want to create your own logos. You want to create your own designs, but you don't have Adobe. You don't have any of this software. Well, then guess what? For you, you go to Canva. C-A, N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, A, description. In the description down below, I have Canva. All right. In fact, while I mention this, let me see if I can. Okay. I'm going to do something different than I normally do. In the chat room, I talked about Opus Virtual Office. So I'm putting Opus Virtual Office link in the chat room. I talked about Fiverr. So let's see if I have Fiverr here. Okay, looks like I blew it. I don't have Fiverr down below. Oh, that's a bummer. And I don't have Canva down below either. So, but anyhow, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have to do this. I'll probably talk as I'm doing this, but I got to look up the Canva. I'll get the links because I got to put them in. But Canva, you can create logos there. You can create memes. You can create a whole bunch of things for free. Yes, they do have an upgrade. So you can always upgrade to the pro version. And in that way, you can do other things like clear out the background where it's transparent and do things like that. So I'm going to have the Fiverr link right here for you guys in chat in case anybody wants to see that. And so you can use Canva. In fact, I probably should show it on the screen. Let me go to Canva real quick so you guys will be familiar with it. And I'll put this in chat as well. So if you want to see that, we go, and then we'll go to Canva so you guys can see what I'm talking about. In fact, you can even put video into your own images that you create. All right. I haven't done it yet, but you can do that. All right. So here's what Canva looks like. Pretty simple. You can design, and again, see this, get Canva for free. And then, of course, there's a pro version. So either way, you can see what they're doing. Oh, the pro version, I never even knew how much it was because I just basically have the free forever, but it's $12.99. Again, this would be a write-off if you so choose to do this. But again, background remover, which is major, resize designs, save designs as templates, 100 gigabytes of cloud storage versus the free version only has 5 gigabytes of cloud storage. So for designers, this could help you out. And again, you can make all kind of designs. In fact, I probably should say, I actually have, you guys know the logo for Stop. Well, it's not even really a logo, but you guys know what the Stop Struggling Now, where it shows the palm trees and ocean background type of thing. It's almost too light gray. Well, I actually have a new Stop Struggling Now header for the YouTube channel. I've had it for like months. I just never loaded it up because everybody's familiar with this one design that I've had for 3 years. But I'm letting you guys know who's on the live stream tonight that there's going to be a change, and I believe it's green, so it stands out. It's like neonish green background kind of thing. So that's going to be coming out this week. SSN Lifestyle, again, I wasn't able to get everything together to sign up today, so I'm trying to get that to come out this week so everybody can get in on that. But here's Canva that allows you to use their free version, and you can still make, they have templates, you can still make designs, and for social media. Like, let me see, they've changed their website a little, because once you log in, if you want to put something on Facebook, then it's optimized for the Facebook. You want to put something on Instagram, then they say Instagram. So it's optimized for Instagram. TikTok, and the same thing on almost all social media. So the picture is optimized for that site, because all pictures don't fit on every platform, right? So like TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, for instance, the sizes don't match. So each one has their own size that fits for that viewing on a mobile device and on the computer. So this is why Canva, even that's the free version, by the way. So not even the paid version. So you can create whatever you need to create at no cost and post just like the big boys. All right. So keep that in mind. You do not have a disadvantage. So I put Canva in the chat room. I thought I had Canva and Fiverr. I can't believe that, but it's going to be in the description down below for everybody that's going to see this afterwards. All right. It's going to be near the bottom. Yeah, it's going to be near the bottom of the description. All right. And at the very top of the description, if you haven't signed up for our newsletters, please do so. And the reason why I say that is because YouTube doesn't like to let our members know when I post new videos or when I do live streams. They only give it up to 12. It's up to 1,200 people now receive information. So if you do subscribe to the channel, please click the notification bell and all that, because only 1,200 out of 12,000 subscribers receive notifications. All right, which is pretty. That's disgusting in reality, right? Lots of free stuff online for you to get, even photos. That is correct. They even have photos there. All right. And there's other places. You look for royalty-free music and you look for royalty-free video. So for instance, I made the SSN Lifestyle video I made myself. I use from royalty-free videos. All right. And I splice them together, edit it. So anybody can do this. Or you can skip the step and go to Fiverr. I wasn't happy with the Fiverr productions, so it was a write-off, but I wasn't happy. So then I said, you know what? I'm actually splicing and editing anyhow, so I can just create it myself, and I know what I want to see. Pretty simple. All right. Yes, Canva is beautiful for that. Pictures are already formatted for whatever social media platform you use. I used it this past weekend. Victor Marrero. That's right. Using some of the tools, the free tools, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you sitting there saying, hey, I don't want to spend money. That's right. We don't have to spend money for courses here. Everything is on the internet. You just have to know where it is. And that's what we do here in the SSN Nation at the SSN University, courtesy of Curtis Davis. He coined this in a comment today. He said something about, yeah, we learned all this. This was how to avoid taxes. And he's been saying, well, we've been talking about this for years in SSN University. He's got it right. And I like that SSN University, just like I like the Emerging Millionaires. That's on our Facebook group. That's what I like about that. SSN Nation, that's us. That's what I like. SSN University, I like that too. Gonna have to get a t-shirt for that, by the way. Got to get back to Florida. So got to get some more t-shirts done, because nobody's coming to save you. It's not produced yet. I haven't pressed Mike on this, who's doing the t-shirts for me now. And he had a heart attack. He actually had to go back to work, ladies and gentlemen. This is the difference between when you make an item, like these guys made the Hard Work Equals Entrepreneur t-shirts, right? And you can see in the back behind me, Emerging Millionaires t-shirt was made by someone else downtown Fort Myers. But the thing I'm trying to say is, this is a family business, but now it's down to one family member. He's running it. He had a heart attack, but because he sells items like this that has to be produced, The fact that when he got a heart attack, he can't produce these anymore. They're not made. He does the design. So even though he has employees, nobody's a designer and won't sign off on the final production. So therefore, nothing could get done unless it was already in queue. So when they finished whatever was already in queue, he was still at the hospital. So he gets out of the hospital, and literally 2 days later, he shows up to work. And that's when I just showed up randomly to go, hey, how come you never answered the messages? What's going on? And then I just so happened to be there, and he's like, I had a heart attack. This is the situation that you don't want to find yourself in. This is why you want to use anything, internet marketing, something that you can make money while you're sleeping, and as much material that you can get out there. So let's say we have 500, which we do, 500 videos for Stop Struggling Now. And let's say there's a podcast, which there is. So now if something did happen to me, then I still will have revenue coming in for as long as people are watching the videos, right? But at least you're not just cut off because I fell ill, let's say, and then I can't produce any more videos. Hell, maybe I fall ill where I had a heart attack and I can't speak anymore. All right. So then what's going to happen, right? But you'll have a way where you at least have some money coming in for however long it is for something you've already done. And that's what you want to put yourself in position for. We want to create income, streams of income that are reoccurring if possible. And that's why SSN Lifestyle is coming out. All right. So those are the things. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Speaking of family, I don't know if I'm. Hold on. I gotta send my dad a message. So, all right, letting them know I'm doing the live stream. But anyhow, so what I want to say about that is you need those extra streams of income. All right. So, and Curtis Davis, yes, SSN University. I love that. I like that. Thank you so much, Curtis Davis, for, man, I got to get an insignia or something. We got to create this SSN University. All right. Yes, I need to work on my thumbnails. YouTube requires quality graphics. There you go. In fact, you guys have noticed that I've actually changed my thumbnail a little bit, which is actually a TubeBuddy thumbnail from their thumbnail creator. All right. It's not from Canva, which I might switch over to because I have to get my thumbnails a lot better than what they are, apparently, even though I don't know really. I've used different thumbnails. It doesn't seem to change the amount of people that actually watch the videos. All right. So that's how we got to do it. Absolutely. Life happens. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. Appreciate it. All paper derivative can be assets, stocks, invoices, contracts, etc. Trained in over 2 years in SSN philosophies. He's got it exactly right, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly right. So let's go with that. Stocks. We've talked about dividends from stocks. So you invested in stocks 2 years ago, you're still getting dividends every month or every 3 months from money you already spent. Invoices. This is invoices that you could actually, I'll give you a perfect example. Victor Marrero and I, myself, and many others do Airbnb. So now there's ways that, like Victor Marrero has reservations out till March of next year. I have reservations far out as like Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's. We can actually make money off of this as a derivative because we can sell the paper. In other words, we say, okay, we have $50,000 coming in. And then they say, okay, we'll give you 30% of that right now. See? So there's different ways you can do this. And that goes along with contracts, trained in over 2 years in SSN philosophies under the SSN University. I like it. Yep, I'm liking SSN University as well. Thank you so much, Vanessa Comagate. Co-signed SSN University. Moses Tillman, thank you so much, everybody. I humbly appreciate that because, you know, man, the YouTube algorithms make it seem like I'm not getting through to people, but I know I am, so that's why I'm not giving up. somebody keeps saying, hey, Eric, how come you don't stop? They told me to stop. They go, Eric, why don't you just stop? Because you don't get the views like everybody else. I said, it don't matter. One person, 2 people, 3 people, 5 people, 10 people, it makes a difference. And especially since I'm not here selling something that you guys are just going to buy, books and courses. I'm just giving it to you. So you don't have to, that cost is 0. So we're making it happen, ladies and gentlemen. But I thank you so much for your support. I appreciate the comments, the feedback. I really do. That actually helps me. It helps motivate me even some more. All right. So I appreciate that. I'm happy to help. Viral Media TV, welcome to the Money Making Mondays SSN Nation live stream. Hey, am new here. Welcome. Again, welcome to the SSN Nation. We appreciate it. If you have anything to say, please. If you have any questions, don't hesitate from asking. All right? So that's what we do here. And there'll be people here in chat that try to help you as well. If I don't know something, because nobody knows everything, nobody. They can pretend, but I don't pretend I know everything. So we have people here that may be able to answer any questions as well, because what we have going on here is a community of people that are highly motivated, who are professionals in many different walks of life and know what's going on. So please feel free to join in to any conversations. And once again, we're 36 minutes in, and since Viral Media TV is new, let's go. Let's smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, so the YouTube guys know that we're here. And let's all welcome the new person in the house. It's crazy how people don't want free information but willing to pay $2K, $3K for a course. Exactly, Moses Tillman. Exactly. Some people, which is a lot of people, feel more comfortable because what are most people taught? How many of you have heard this in your lifetime? Well, if you want to sit down with somebody that's successful, you should go and pay for their lunch or take them out to dinner or go show them a good time, whatever the terminology may be. But how many of you have heard that? Oh, you can't talk to anybody like just normal person that's successful. You should pay them or you should take them out. It's always a pay for play kind of thing. And everybody's taught that. The people who need the help the most, who doesn't have the money, is told you need money to pay for their stuff, their lunch, their dinner, their whatever, so they can talk to you, right? Think about it. That's part brainwashing. It should be the other way around. All right. So the other way around part is this. What just happened? We just now had Richard Branson, a billionaire, go into space. We have the other billionaires on tap. We have Bezos and we have Musk. They're all on tap to send stuff up into space. These 3 guys all by themselves, I mentioned this before, all by themselves could end world hunger. But they're sitting here going into space, throwing money out the window, ain't even thinking about it. Otherwise going, well, you know, I gave $5 million to this charity. I gave $200,000 to this charity. I'm like, dude, you just blew like a couple $1 billion on this development right here. I'm like, what are you doing? You could end world hunger. Actually, one of them could. Never mind all 3. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy to me, right? All right, here we go. The new guy. What is this all about, SSN? All right, Viral Media TV. The channel is called Stop Struggling Now. So that's where we get the moniker SSN. All right. And so the SSN Nation is what everybody, kind of mentioned before. And so I just ran with it, SSN Nation. So that's where the SSN part. So it's always Stop Struggling Now Nation. And then now SSN University, we don't have a university. We don't have courses. But because of what we've been talking about for the last 3 years, people have felt that it is SSN University, unofficial university. So that's what this SSN is all about. All right. So welcome once again. Where's the link? But in it. But in. Okay. Football God TK, welcome to the Monday Night Live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Links are down below in the description, below the video. All right. For everything I talked about so far and then some. The free $10 from Coinbase down below in the description. Free stock from Robinhood and Webull down below in the description. The links for Fiverr and Canva down below in the description. The link for Opus Virtual Office down below in the description. So hopefully that's where you're looking at. And also I put it in the chat. So you'd have to scroll up in the chat for the last 4 that I talked about. The Canva, the Fiverr, the Opus Virtual Office. I put them in the chat room as well. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. What type of software do you use to edit your videos? Any special hardware? I ask because I'm getting into video and photo editing and don't want to buy something I won't need. I use NCH. It's only like $59, $69 one time. And I think they give you up to 12 months for any updates for free, but it was like $69 or $59. That's it. So again, I don't use Pro One tools. I don't use Apple's. I don't use any of these tools that cost an arm and a leg. Some of you might be saying, hey, Eric, you should. I understand that. But what I'm trying to do here is I want to show you guys you don't have to spend $1,000. There's no barrier to entry. If you can't afford or don't want to pay the $1,000, the $1,500, the $500, the $200 a month for this software, yes, the software may be a lot better, but if you can just start out, you're not going to be a professional when you start out anyhow. So you might as well start with something that you can afford. So I said, I'm going to start with $59.69, but this also helps illustrate to people that you don't have to spend an arm and a leg. You just got to get in the game, right? And then you're going to have to learn. Remember that. You always have to learn because nobody knows how to video edit unless you went to school and studied that for months. And then you would have used those advanced editing softwares, right? So those are the trade-offs. Either you go to school and take the time, 5 to 9 to 12 months, or you buy a lesser price software, learn some of the basics, and then you can upgrade later once you feel comfortable with the software. But I've been using NCH the whole time, called VideoPad. That's what I've been using this whole time for the last 3 years. All right. I've never upgraded to the Pro Tools or anything like that, or Adobe's, none of that. So the reason why is because I want you guys to understand, just like I kept that jacked up Note 4 cell phone for 2 years. That's what I ran everything. The front camera was jacked. The back camera didn't have the pixels that any of the newer Notes have. So I finally upgraded, 8 months ago? After 2.5 years. And again, I was just trying to illustrate to people, you don't have to have $1,000 phone. You don't have to have an $800 phone. I was using a $100 phone for 2.5 years, still producing videos. All right. So that means anybody can do it. Nothing special. All right. Welcome, Viral Media TV. Exactly. Thank you for that, Vanessa. Appreciate it. Do you know a few years ago, there was an incident at YouTube because they changed the algorithm. She visited the campus. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, tell me about it. Thank you for welcoming me. No problem, Viral Media TV. Thank you so much for being here. Glad you found us. Her name was Nasim Najafi Agdam. Yeah, I know. They've YouTube always changes the algorithms. They have to. Again, people, America, it's not a level playing field. There's a reason algorithms get changed. So you can do an online computer algorithm, but think about this. Think about just like what just happened in this last election, right? If this was a computer, here's what would have happened. After the election's over, then they said, we're changing the algorithm. So that's why states all of a sudden said, no, hold on now, we're changing the voters' laws and this, that, and the other. That's what happens all the time in real life. So why wouldn't it happen on a computer? They do the same thing. The people that they're trying to promote and keep up there, they change the algorithm, because if you have people like Stop Struggling Now, who's able to bust through and have tens of thousands of views, and they infringe upon the guys that have been doing this for 7-8 years, and then every channel was equal, then that'd be a whole different ball game, right? So you have to change algorithms to make sure that you have certain people in certain positions. Think about it. This is the way of the world, man. It's lie, cheat, and steal. Everything's not level. So Some people have to go over, through, or under, or around to make things happen. Victor, I'm using Movie Maker Free with my HP PC. There we go. There we go. Movie Maker Free is an option. All right. There's also options on Apple because they have a Final Cut. What is it? Final Cut, I think. So, yeah, there's a lot of free versions that you can use just to get started. Curtis Davis, thank you. I Googled a few things, but it started to get too technical. And if you go to Best Buy, they'll try to jack you up with the 3K system. Oh, yeah. Never go there. You got that right. I'm a YouTuber, but my channel has not been monetized as yet. All right, Viral Media TV. Well, first things first, you do have TubeBuddy or vidIQ, I hope. That would help out. So I have TubeBuddy at the bottom. So you can get that. You can use the free version, and that'll help you with your keywords. That can help you with, I'm trying to think of the free version versus the paid version. You can check out keywords up to about 15 times you can check. And then the paid version, you can do keywords unlimited. It'll help you with your tags. It can help you even make a thumbnail. That helps. It helps you with a few other things, but you can go check it out. There's a link near the bottom of the description for TubeBuddy. And for anybody here that's new, please sign up for the newsletter. It's at the top of the description. I changed it around because YouTube doesn't like sending out information to members when I upload videos. They only send it to like 1,200 members out of 12,000. All right. So how's that going to get people here if you're not sending it out to at least 7,000 or 8,000 people, right? Come on. This is crazy. So now I need more people to sign up for the newsletter. So when I do a video, I always send an email to everybody. Victor, yes, Best Buy, no joke hustlers. Exactly. Because that's the way of the world. If you don't know where to get something, then you pay for it. That's just how it is. That's how the courses work. That's how seminars and webinars and all that works. Because if people don't know something and then they perceive a person to be a authority on the subject, then they feel they should pay them for it. But they don't even look around and say, hey, you know what? I can get this information from 10, 20 different sources at no cost. And that's the same way when you walk into any of these stores. They'll sit there and tell you, oh, yeah, no problem. You're going to need this $2,000. You're like, wait, I just starting out. Why would I buy $2,000? I'm not even going to know how to use this thing. So start out with smaller type, because what the bottom line to the story about editing and all that, once you're familiar with editing software, then you can pick up on other editing software. They might use different wording and language and might have a button in the different locations, but it starts looking familiar to you. So your learning curve is a lot shorter than if you've never seen editing software at all. So that's why even if the free version, that gets you there. Some of you may not be familiar with, you can go to like when you're making TikTok, when you're making, I'm trying to think some of these social media posts, there's actually built-in editing software. In fact, you can do videos on your phone, and Apple does have it built in for theirs. But there's companies like InShot. That's an app, InShot. InShot is free. They might have their logos on there right now, but at one time it didn't have their logos on there. You could edit your videos on your phone. Then if you have a Note 9, 10, 11, or whatever, Note 20s, you can edit some of the video on your phone, such as length. You can splice it up too. So there's a reason that some of these cell phones are costing $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, because there's actually editing built in to their processors. So that can help you out as well. So this is all the things that they're doing. Do you think putting keywords and thumbnail helps get attention? I'm not the one for the YouTube algorithms, because if I knew what the YouTube algorithm was, I would have thousands of views on videos, which I do not. All right. So the YouTube algorithm has never shown much love for the Stop Struggling Now Nation. So any keywords into anything could possibly help, in my opinion. So I would always, anything that can help people find you, I would think that's a good thing, but you never know how the algorithm really works. Don't forget the warranty fees at Best Buy is dangerous. Yeah, they get crazy up there. TikTok has banned investment videos because too many fraudsters. Bad advice. You can't teach in 1 minute video. Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. Wow. Okay. I'm not mad at them at all because, again, the fraudsters there's people doing stuff. I kind of started the video out. We're at 50 minutes in. Please smash the like button if you like what we're talking about. Also, if you like what we're talking about as well, please subscribe to the channel, but please hit the all notification bell, because apparently if you don't click that, that gives them an excuse for not sending out any updates when I upload videos. Just, these guys are jokesters. But yes, there's a lot going on right now because the cat's finally out of the bag because of one of these internet gurus who said something on one of these big time podcasts. And now people are finding out that all these guys, people are paying to be on the YouTube channel and be on these podcasts. So they're really not even vetting that these people are actually doing what they're saying they're doing. All they're doing is taking the people's money and then putting them on their channel. And then they talk like they've been friends for years, acting. All right. So meanwhile, people are getting in trouble similar to this. You guys know PPP loan. You guys know here, I didn't talk about PPP loan. There's a reason. And then, but I did talk about the EIDL because that was straight free. That was a grant up to $10,000. Anything above the $10,000, then that's part of a loan pack. But the PPP is based on certain parameters, and most people don't have revenues coming into their business of $100,000. All right. So now you have all these people who were telling people to get into this PPP loan and actually sign documents that says, yes, I make enough money. Yes, I have 10 employees, and doing fraudulent activities so they could get this money. And now a lot of people are looking over their shoulder going, am I going to be arrested? Or am I going to be brought to court for this? All right. So this is why I didn't want to talk about it and never talked about the PPP. And so other people are talking about things that they shouldn't be talking about, and then getting other people, their followers or people that pay for these courses, now in trouble. So these are the kind of things you have to think about. All right. We can't win them all. Right. Like the perfect example, AG Jewelers, New Coast, and all that fiasco is nothing that these guys did wrong. It's that they collected money from people, which again, they did nothing wrong. They were reporting for years to the credit bureaus. So they did nothing wrong. It's just that the credit bureaus woke up one day and said, we're not going to report your customers anymore. And they're like, what are you talking about? They wouldn't respond. They wouldn't even tell them why not or nothing to this day. So now they have to shut down. Now that hurts a lot of people because they collected money. They paid their employees. They paid for advertising or did whatever they had to do. And then now that puts a bad light on the situation. We promote, we're affiliates, but we had no way to know that the credit bureaus are going to stop reporting these companies who've been in business for 6, 12, 14 years. That's crazy. So you just never know. But there's a difference between that and then giving people fake information and getting them hemmed up in court for no reason. Look at how many people in this financial literacy space. That's exactly right. Moses Tillman. Funny you mentioned that. I'm going to tell you something, because what you have to understand, the reason why a lot of people are in the financial literacy space is because it's money. Plain and simple. The prank videos, the silly videos, and all that, you can talk about $1 per thousand, $2 or $3, $4 or $5 per thousand. But when you start talking about financial investments and things like that, now all of a sudden you jump into the $15 per thousand, the $20, the $25 per thousand, the $30. That has a higher CPM per thousand. Okay. So this is why all the guys who used to talk about anything else, like real estate only, I won't get into names, and real estate only, all of a sudden turned into talking about stocks. Stocks have a higher CPM, financial investments and advice have a higher CPM than real estate, even though real estate investing has a high CPM as well. But when you start talking about stocks, when you start talking about banks, when you start talking about loans, when you start talking about investments, that has a higher CPM. So all these guys who were originally talking about some other type of form of investment, which was lower on the CPM scale, all of a sudden they said, no, hold on. I got thousands of views, millions of hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So therefore, all I got to do is change the topic, and now I'm making $10 to $15 more per thousand overnight. And so that's why people started talking about financial literacy. My TikTok stock videos removed. Really? Wow. That's terrible. I haven't even checked my videos, but I don't think on TikTok, I don't have that many on TikTok, but I'm usually showing other things on TikTok. So that's terrible. TikTok's playing games. How is everyone tonight? Gino Shimiente on the Monday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here once again. And the stock market, ladies and gentlemen, has been going down. All right, we're talking about creating streams of income. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen, right? Because if you're new here, also YouTubers getting paid to promote certain stocks and not disclosing it. Crazy. Yeah, exactly. This whole medium right now it's the wild, wild west out here. The wild west. People are paying to be on these big time podcasts. Can you believe it? $20, $30, $40, $50,000. And then they're showing up on these YouTube channels. When people show up, you're thinking that they're showing up because the people who run the channel think that this person has something to say. Now come to find out, these guys have been paying each other to be on each other's platforms. And so literally they're faking the whole time. So these guys aren't even really friends. It's a business arrangement. I mean, this is blowing me away. This is all coming to light now. And now this is exactly some other part of this. People are promoting stocks. They're promoting Robinhood Webull. I promote Robinhood Webull. They're not paying me. If they were, I'd tell you. So therefore, I get paid when somebody signs up through the link, an affiliate link. There's other people getting paid where they're actually sending them a check. And then they're telling them, oh, promote these stocks. It's like, wait, that's not genuine. That's crazy. All right. Gino, hey, welcome in. Tesla up 4%. Yeah, Tesla's up 4%. But here comes some company called RAM talking about they got the 500-mile battery. I don't know. And I don't know who RAM is. I thought it was RAM like the Dodge Ram and all that, but it looks like it's a different company. Only had 12 videos on TikTok. IG, better platform. Could be. But, you know, Twitter now has Spaces, which is like Clubhouse, right? But again, in this day and age, anybody can show up with, like I say, you can have pictures with cars, pictures with jewelry, pictures with watches, pictures with the big house, claim anything you want, post it up and start talking to people about this is what you can do. Whether you can actually complete it or not is a whole nother story, because people see you with all this fancy stuff and then they go, oh, I believe the guy. All right. So again, some of you already know how this goes. Too many frauds are out there, especially on YouTube. They all want your money. Don't fall for it. Exactly. So the first signs, right? The first signs that you should look at is you should look at, okay, so the person's telling me some information. And then they start talking like, well, I can help you. I can help you do this. Okay, that's fine. I tell people I can help you. But then you're like, oh, but buy my course down below. So now when somebody says buy my course or come to my webinar and all that, now I start backtracking going, well, wait a minute. Is the information slanted? So then I feel like I can't do something, so I have to buy from them. That's my first question. Just like I told you guys before, guys roll up at my house and says, hey, Eric, we want to talk to you about something. And they roll up in like a Lambo or something. I don't care if it's rented. I don't care if they own it. But the fact that the dude rolled up like this, I'm like, what do you want? You don't even have to say anything because you want something from me. Automatically in my brain, it triggers. It's like, what do you want? because in order to afford what all this lifestyle that people have, you have to be giving them money more than likely. They're not running up because nobody is going to go spend. Look, let's just face facts. How many people are on here right now? You work at a job, right? And if you work hard for your money, first of all, you're not going to go out here and buy watches for $100,000. You're not going to go buy cars for $200,000. You're not going to buy this stuff that depreciates at this type of rate. You're just going to sit there and go, no, I'm going to take my $20,000, make an investment. I'm going to take my $100,000 and make an investment. You're not going to buy trinkets that you have on your arms, around your necks, and you're driving for 2 hours or less every day, and you're not going to spend that kind of money on that. You'll make investments. So that's the difference. So that's why when somebody's rolling up, showing me all this stuff, I'm like, what do you want? Because the only way you're going to afford this stuff is getting extra money from people. That's it. That's the way I look at it. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong about that. But anyhow, I need to step up my game with social media. I built a Facebook business page for the Margaritaville property and got good traction, but still have to build Instagram, TikTok, etc. Victor Marrero, I don't know what more you can do, man. Here's my thing. You already have, I don't know, to me, you don't need to do that for your Margaritaville property. I don't believe you need to do that. The reason why I say that is because you can be on the Airbnb platform and it only costs you 3.5%. Okay, if you did the rental thing yourself. Now, I have the property in Whistler that is similar to yours, where a person actually checks in at the rental office or at the office. They don't check in at the unit. So they check in at the office. The office has the key to the condo. All right. So again, it's streamlined for me, and it doesn't cost me either for the office to give people keys and have them bring it back. So it's a win for me. Airbnb is the same for you, or you can go to VRBO, where you just pay the $299 every year and you keep 100% of the money, except for the processing fee. We're still at 3.5%. But the point I'm trying to make, you don't have to go looking for customers. They'll come to you. So you would be on those platforms and you'll have more than enough business. All right. Just for starters. But yes, you should have a Facebook page with your Margaritaville property. You know, I don't know so much a website, because a website will not get any more views than a Airbnb or VRBO or any other vacation rental platform. All right. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. Yeah, that's a shame. Moses Tillman, it's all crazy in this financial space. I've seen videos where they're talking about $50K payments to be on a podcast. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Moses Tillman. This is all coming to light where these guys are paying like $50K to be on a freaking podcast. So these guys built their podcasts up. They have hundreds of thousands of followers, maybe even millions. And then they say, hey, this guy calls up and says, hey, I'm in the financial space. I want to come on your show. Can you imagine? How much is it going to cost? Oh, that'll be $50K. So now they come on the show for $50K. Then they have courses for $3K. How do you think they're paying this $50K? They have courses for $3K, $2K, $5K, things like that. And sometimes the information, okay, might be good, but other times some of the information is misleading and could get people in trouble, quite frankly. All right. That's right, Eric. Thank you, Vanessa Kamagate. I appreciate the cosign. Victor, congrats. Exactly. What are you selling like an 80s used car salesman? Exactly, Moses Tillman. That's exactly the way I look at it. That's how I look at it. I'm like, why are you rolling up here? I mean, you clearly have a lot of money. You're showing, like flashing, but I'm like, most rich people don't flash. They're unassuming because they have it. It's no reason to do that. Think about it. So it's a phenomenon that's happening and accepted on social media, Instagram, whatever. Even one of my daughters gets caught up into this social media stuff. I let her use one of my cars while I was gone. So she takes my car out, and next thing I know, my other daughters are calling me up going, hey, have you seen I won't give the names out. Have you seen your daughter's pictures? I was like, what pictures? I don't check their stuff. She's like, apparently she's got your car. I was like, yeah, she was supposed to use the car to go up and back to work. Next thing I know, she had my car for 3 or 4 days, and she's posting up on Instagram, acting just like the other millennials doing stuff crazy. I was like, what's going on? I was like, revoke. I have to revoke your situation right now, daughter. You got to put my car back in the garage. This ain't showboating. Investment Hawk, welcome to the SSN Nation Monday Night Live stream. I appreciate you being here. That's absolutely correct, Eric. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. How about the Punta Cana property? What social media platform do you plan to use to market yours? Victor Marrero, it's simple. Airbnb. I rock with them. I rock with Airbnb. 3.5% off. Hey, I rock with them all the time, man. And the more you rent, the more that you have 5-star ratings, they boost you up. Right? So I rock with them. I rock with VRBO as well, especially for the Punta Cana. I don't rock with VRBO normally, but for certain properties, I do. Like the ones in Punta Cana, I will be rocking with them as well. And VRBO and Airbnb, in case people aren't familiar with both platforms, they have something called an iCal calendar. So you can link your calendars to each one. So if somebody books on VRBO, it blocks your dates on Airbnb, and vice versa. Somebody books on Airbnb, then it blocks the date out on VRBO. All right. So that works out beautiful. So we don't have to have any cross reservations or anything. So that's another reason. But yeah, I'm going to be using Airbnb. That's my go-to. They have millions of people. And as you know, on Airbnb, you can go look at Airbnb and look up Dominican Republic, and you'll see there's tons of people renting. And when this, in a year next year, yours will be up. So you're going to find out, you're going to probably have that 7 million visitors where you're going to have more than enough people trying to reserve your spot, especially when the Hard Rock's going to be charging people like $700 to stay there per day. And now you have a wide open arena with a 2-bedroom to be able to probably charge. Even if you charge $400, that's still going to be a good number. $399, $375, that might even be cheap for that area. I don't know, but it could be $300 for all I know. $2,000 a week. If you're able to get 3 weeks out of it, $6,000, 85% is what Mr. Estacio said. A realtor, a financial person, a realtor, a renter, and a housekeeping company he's starting. And he said it was 85% occupancy. Generally, what did he say? 9 months during the year. And that was the other 9 months. So I don't know what January, February, and March is like. 95%. I do know that. So if you can actually get 85% occupancy during almost all year long, that's a game changer. That is awesome. The record biz, payola on radio stations, songs, racket, SSN, no nonsense. Exactly. That's basically what we're in right now. We're in the old payola industry on the music, in the music business. This is what we're doing now with these podcasters. I'm unshocked by this. So that's why all these guys hang together and promote each other. They're actually all in it together. So pay somebody, or you do the trade-off. You say, okay, well, I'm not going to give you the $50K or the $20K, but how about they do the trade-off? I'll give you $10K, and for people who sign up for my course, we'll split that in a percentage. There's all different kind of ways you can do it, but that's what's going on around here. So now, can you really trust what somebody's saying? About 2 weeks ago, I mentioned something on here. Now they're all experts, which are all fake in the stock market. That's right. This reminds me of the 90s real estate, like Tom Vu. He got sued. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Gino Chimiente, Tom Vu. You guys know my Tom Vu story. Well, we got new people. I'll give you the shorter version of the Tom Vu story because some people have heard it before. In the late 80s, early 90s, I'm down in San Diego at the Carlsbad because my boy owned John Robert Powers modeling agency. And I'm sitting in the office and I'm going through, he's showing me some headshots, some of the models, this, that, and the other. I don't really care about none of that. So he gets a phone call. And on the phone call, he's talking like, yeah, we'll do it like we did last time. Yeah, yeah, I got some girls. Is there any ones that you want? The same girls that was in the last photo shoot. He start, just like that. I'm not really paying much attention. He hangs up the phone. He says, he goes, yeah, man, have you ever heard of this real estate dude named Tom Vu? I was like, oh, yeah, man. He's that dude that does seminars and he charges like $1,500 after he gives his free seminar. I said, it's incredible. People line up to go and give him that $1,500. He goes, yeah, man, he just called. So we're doing his first infomercial. We actually rented the boat. He used our models. That's who's on the boat, the models. And we did the car rental. We did the whole thing for him. All he had to do was show up and get on the boat. And then that's where the girls and all that came from. We did the whole production. It blew my mind. I was like, wait, you mean it's fake? He's like, yeah, it's fake. And so he goes there, we're going to make a second one. I was like, you got to be kidding me. So the dude never had all that stuff. He was fake from the get-go, but he had a good story. Came from Vietnam or wherever he came from in Asia, didn't speak the language, I believe he used to say, and rubbed two nickels together and somehow made it. So his whole little promotion thing is what people are doing now. That's what the 90s did. Those guys on those seminars, late night TV in the 80s and 90s. Better do your homework. They selling you fraud. Moses Tillman, exactly. Yeah, there was the big incident with one of the guys where he was telling people to get a VIN number off of Car Gurus. I saw that. I was like, wait, what? He's telling people get the VIN numbers off of Car Gurus and proceeds to tell them, well, yeah, but, and then you don't get the car, but they're going to turn that 100,000 or 80,000 into a personal loan and Well, there was fallout from that because a lot of people were like, wait, that's fraudulent activity. What are you doing? And it's on a big platform and they co-signed it. They're saying, yeah, that's game. That's good. That's awesome. I'm like, what the heck is going on? I like Instagram because videos can be long or short. That is true. But Instagram, it's not, here's the things I don't like about Instagram. Once you post whatever you post, it's there, but then it gets moved down rapidly. So you're almost better if you want somebody to see something. It's almost better to have a website, which obviously you don't have people watching. You have to get traffic to your website. But, that's how it is. Twitter, still one of the platforms because ideas are valuable. Words, phrases, exactly. That's why Twitter came out with Spaces, which is like a Clubhouse. Because they were like, wait, let's get in this Clubhouse thing, which is kind of cool. Wow, 85% occupancy is great. You guys know when the amusement park is coming out there. Vanessa Comagate, I don't know when the Kathmandu is coming. In fact, it's got to be it's got to be like 2 years or less. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to do something. I'm going to go look this up. Man, Dominican Republic. It should be within the next 2 years. Opening date. Here we go. Let's go look it up. All right. I'm curious about it as well. I can't find it off the top. But last year, well, I'm gonna just click on this first article and see if they actually give an opening date. But it's got to be in the next 2 years because they're building all these condos. They're putting online at least 100,000 units this year in the next 12 months. Yeah, they're not. I don't see anything here where they're going to give you the time. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, they're supposed to be ready at the end of 2021. Well, I don't know when this is written, though. So let's just give them 2022 because of COVID. We'll move it back ourselves, right? So again, yeah, I knew it's going to be the next 2 years. Let's just put it plain and simple. All right. They're not putting online 100,000 units just so they can put back the Kathmandu and all the other attractions building out downtown for no reason. That's a thing. They're going to make that happen. They're in cahoots, underbidding, price fixing, etc. Exactly. All this is going down. No platform is pristine. All right. Nothing is what it appears to be. I go to free real estate seminar, but the real courses cost 40 to 50K, high pressure sales. They told us call up credit card company for increases. Exactly. Because you know who the product is. The product is the people that are paying the courses. So these guys, look, you guys, I got so many stories. It's ridiculous. I'll give you another story. A friend of mine. In fact, you guys have seen him. The person that got the Super 8 in Biloxi, Mississippi, Willie, we did a live stream with him. He talked about how he got the financing for it. And by the way, he got financing from other people. He didn't have to put down anything. He has investors. I believe he had to pay him 12%. But because of the revenue generated by the property, that paid their 12% and still left him with profit. All right. So it worked out. That's why they invested. That's why they didn't need any money from him. They didn't need his credit. But that's a whole nother story, right? You guys want to make money? That's how you can do it too, real estate. So Willie, he's one of those people that actually paid for some real estate courses. And one of the reasons he paid with one guy, I wish I could remember his name, but I can't. One of the reasons is because the guy told him and everybody at the seminar that if you find a piece of property, we'll partner with you. Well, I love that, right? If I have a seminar and people are going out to buy real estate, of course I'm going to say I'm going to partner with you because I'm going to do two things. One, if I'm unethical, which most of them are, I'm going to steal it from you. Or second, then I'll partner with you for property that I didn't have to go find. So I went all the way around and you gave me money to be in my seminar, right? It's a win-win. So anyhow, one day the guy says, so I used to tell Will, I said, Will, tell me something. Even if you find property, who's going to fund the deal? Because that's the thing that they never tell you. You can find property. Property's a dime a dozen. How are you going to finance the property is always the biggest question that the seminar guys that do real estate seem to not ever talk about. But this guy, he says, oh yeah, well, if you pay this extra $5,000, which is what Will did, pay the extra $5,000, you can then partner with me and I'll give you the banks, the lending institutions that I use. Okay? So that made him and a lot of other people give that extra money because they thought they were going to be on that level where they could find property, then find investors or a lender. Well, guess what happens? They turn it into a stage presence where they say, okay, everybody, one person come up here, show us your deal, and we'll do on-the-spot decisions. So at this point in time, I actually was investing in real estate and a few other things. So believe it or not, this is crazy. You guys are going to be like, to me, it's crazy. So anyhow, in Texas, they had like a 300-unit apartment complex. All right. The owner of the property was this old guy. He was like in his 80s. He's owned it for like 20 to 30 years. The occupant, he didn't care about the property any longer because, of course, it was deteriorating. And all he got was calls from the management going, we got to fix this. We got to fix that. We got to fix this. And this was in Houston, Texas. In Houston, Texas, at the time, their occupancy rate, the STAR report, would say it's 88% occupancy in Houston, Texas, right? And the property was considered a C plus, I would call it. It wasn't a B, it wasn't a C, it was closer to a C plus. So it wasn't bad. Okay, it was only at 60% occupancy because the guy didn't give a damn. The property was still making profit off of the 60% occupancy. It still had a 20% cap rate. That's right, you heard me, 20%. 20%. So I said, Will, I said, this guy's lying to you. So I gave Will the packet, I gave him everything, and he goes to the seminar. So, of course, after he gets up on stage, gives them the presentation, all of a sudden the guy's like the guru. You didn't even need the guru for this deal, quite frankly. But the guru starts going, because it was like, can't remember the numbers, 4.5 or was 4.5 million, I think. So now you start talking about $1 million for down payments and whatever, right? So anyhow, but it's still making enough to cover the $1 million plus any loan. It had enough to cover it, 20%, right? Profit. So anyhow, guess what the guru did? You guys know. All excuses all of a sudden started coming out of his mouth. Oh no, well that apartment complex is too big. No, we don't do nothing like that. I'm like, wait, I thought it was all about the money. It's the profit. It pays for itself, and you have profits left over. Oh no, he came up with all kind of excuses. Come to find out, the guy takes like a 4-cap, little like 12-unit apartment complex in Texas. It was crazy. And Will paid all this money, and then when he found out what that guy did and what he presented, and actually had it locked up, by the way, the property was locked up. We had what do you call those, letter of intent? So we had it locked up just so as long, because I just wanted to prove to Will that this guy was full of crap. So stop messing with him. And so at that point, it was funny as hell. But anyhow, I got the free real estate seminar. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. Damn, Tom Vu, Florida man. He's in Orlando. Oh, wow. Yeah, he had to. He was in Cali. Dude can't operate probably in Cali anymore. And in Florida, it's a whole different ball game. You don't have taxes. Real estate taxes are lower. You don't have any state tax either. But yeah, exactly. He's hanging out in Orlando. He's much older. Oh, there's the other guy. Yeah, that guy. James Way, welcome to the SSN Nation. Monday Night Live, Money Making Mondays. Glad to see you again. Yeah, Dave Delgado. That guy used to drive me crazy. He's over in Hawaii having these seminars where people are paying extra to go to his retreat in Hawaii, and they're paying something like $10,000. And all he's doing is taking some existing information, putting it in, wrapping it up in his seminars, and then telling people, give me $5,000, give me $10,000, come to Hawaii, you're special. Crazy stuff. And that's basically, if he had this platforms on YouTube and all that, that's late. Basically, this is late night TV. It's the same thing from the 80s and 90s. Same thing. Yeah, CNC Motors, scam, LA, Orange County supercars. He couldn't float cars or notes in pandemic. Exactly. He had the paper he was running derivatives. It's a cold world out here, ladies and gentlemen. So in case you guys don't know what CNC Motors is, CNC Motors is a dealer. And what they did was they co-signed exotics, a lot of exotic vehicles. And what they would do is, since they're a dealer, they could actually have people, let's get things straight. If you put your car on consignment, you do not give anybody your title. You got that? Do not give your title up. Well, these guys have a dealership. They have a big smoking hot dealership showroom. They have cars on the floor. You're talking about $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 cars on the floor. So now when somebody comes there, they put their guard down because they're sitting there going, well, these guys have been in business for 3, 4, 5 years. So, okay, they ask me for my title. Of course, when somebody comes in and they want to sell the vehicle, I'll get paid. They'll have the title there. And it'll be an easy transaction. And you believe them because they look like the trappings of success. Well, what CNC Motors was doing, they were actually using the cars as a derivative. Now, how can you do that? I have the title. So now I can say, in essence, if I have a title to a vehicle and the vehicle's free and clear, guess what? I can go to somewhere, bank, lender. I can find a lender and say, hey, man, I got a $250,000 exotic. Can I get a $100,000 loan? All right. This is what CNC's doing. So they're getting a loan against the vehicles from another source. unbeknownst to the owners. All right? So now these guys, when somebody comes in to buy the vehicle, they're sitting there going, oh, okay, we'll get the title to you in a week or 2 or 3. Well, the title never comes. Why? Because they got to pay that $100K. Not only that, now think about if you had 5 people where you sold 5 cars, and now you have to pay back that $500K, and the cars you sold, because they're used vehicles, might not be able to clear that $500K. You might have only had $200K profit. Now you're getting your titles held up. 30 days go by, 40 days go by. Now you have to sell more cars. Now you're paying, it's a Ponzi scheme. This is the kind of stuff CNC mode. In fact, this is the kind of stuff that a lot of these consignment car dealerships are doing. Not only is CNC in trouble, there's some in New Jersey, there's some in Texas, there's other ones in California and Florida who's doing the same damn thing. All right? So again, everything is not what it appears to be. Those seminar scammers in the 90s and early 2000s moved to Zoom in 2020s. Yep. I couldn't sleep at night knowing I screwed over good people. People are heartless. Exactly. It's a damn travesty what's going on. And platforms like YouTube's, all the platforms, they're acting like they're not even responsible. I mean, it's insane. They'll suppress channels for whatever reason, but they won't suppress channels when they know people are out here giving scamming information. Just like when they know people are putting down in chat rooms, faking like they're somebody and giving a WhatsApp address saying, let's invest in crypto. You guys have seen people spamming, stop struggling now, comment sections. Yeah, but they won't do nothing about it. These people just go open up another account, spam people, try to fake like they're the person, that the creator of the channel, and hope people send them Cashapp or WhatsApp or whatever else. It's the same. American greed, full of business, almost legit, but small details left out. Scam people for 100 millions because no due diligence. Exactly. And basically Americans and a lot of people are always taught, what are most people, you'll give a guy, if I drive up in a $100,000 car, $200,000 car, anything I say could be BS, but you'll give that guy free rein and take in the BS. Give him money. Another guy who just rolls up in the modest $30,000 car, you're like, well, whatever he's saying, no, that's no good. That's the difference in America. Instead of checking out a person's background or checking out what the person is actually saying and running across a few people and saying, you know what, can this really work? Does this sound right or something? People just dive in because they go, oh, didn't you see he had that nice suit on? He had the nice watch, jewelry, the cars, the commercial I saw, all this. Last week, I believe it was last Monday. Yes, if the deal legit, no need for guru. Exactly. Carlton Sheets is another one. Yep, Carlton Sheets. Same thing, 1980s, 70s, 80s, Diesel Mike. Oh, my God. Moses, jeez. Kevin Trudeau, man, woo, that dude has to stay outside of the U.S. That's how bad this guy is. Guy goes to jail for scamming, gets out of jail and does the exact same thing. Unbelievable. People try to pay their way through learning, but you need to go through process of real estate, good, bad, or ugly. Money cannot make up difference of experience. Exactly. The only thing about the seminars and all that, you can get some information, but the information they give you is freely available. Hell, SSN Nation, I've been giving you guys the same information that people are going to be paying $2,000-$3,000 for. And even the gurus aren't going to even tell you. Like, we talk pre-construction condos. How many times has a guru stood up there and go, hey, you don't need me in reality? You know what? Instead of giving me that $5,000 or that $10,000, why don't you just go get a pre-construction condo and put down 10%, which would be your $5,000 or $6,000, and pay $700-$800 a month for 2 years and have own real estate? They're not going to say that. No. And that's exactly the problem, right? Oh, in case you're new here, you can search the channel for the pre-construction condos. It's a thing. Yes. No credit check, no qualifying. You do need money, though, because you're going to have to put money down, and you're going to have to pay monthly for anywhere from 20 months, 24 months to 30, 36 months. But 0% interest, and you are controlling an asset. Some of us have assets over there already, and in less than 6 months, the property has went up 10,000. Victor Marrero's property in 3 years, due to COVID, they couldn't finish the property, so they moved it back. His property has almost went up damn near 180, 200,000. So again, he controls property, paid 0% interest, and just like me, 0% interest we're paying, and we control real estate, an asset. We can borrow against it. We can do anything. We can rent it out. Now we have revenue coming in. This is pretty simple. And so, like last Monday, I had my little rant about the Cardone, because he's sitting out here telling people the good news. Yeah, you should invest in real estate. Yes, you should get multifamily. No, you don't have to get 16, 20, 30, 50 units. As long as you get 2 units or more, I like 2 units or more if possible. 1 unit works too. But if you're going to get an FHA loan at 3.5%, 4% down, then why not get a fourplex, right? Why not? You're going to live in one of the units anyhow, so get a fourplex, live in one of the units for 1 year. It's a wrap. Well, anyhow, the point I was trying to make is I had my rant about that because it just got me bent. He's sitting here saying, yes, invest in real estate. Then he starts this like 30-minute long explanation about financing and starts using terminology that people haven't heard of. All right. So the terminology is nothing, but it makes people think that they don't know anything or that they have a learning curve. And so by him doing that, then he turns around at the end of it saying, well, this is why you should invest in my fund. I was like, so this whole time you're giving people this information that makes it seem all complicated. And the only reason you made it seem like it was complicated so they would feel like they would need you and can't do it themselves and get 5% dividends. Come on, man. This is sad. This is very, very sad. Let me give you guys some numbers just so you know why 5% is sad. The reason why 5% is sad is because I can go put the same money into a dividend stock and get more than 5% and not sweat, not worry about what he's doing, even though he's doing, I shouldn't say this, he's doing some things that are really unethical. Look at this. If I tell you guys that I want your money and I'm going to invest in a real estate project, right? And the real estate project cost, let's say, $3 million. But what I'm telling you to my fund persons is that project cost $4 million. And then I turn around and buy it for $3 million. And then I sell it to my other company for $4 million. And then when we manage the property, I siphon off 1% of the profits every month. And then I tell you I'm giving you 5%. Come on. That's the kind of stuff he does. Go look it up. That's why that guy gets me irritated. Although I will say this, he does tell people some things sometimes that are pretty helpful. DR paper today, tourism has recovered 80% of the number of visitors who arrived before the impact of pandemic. USA tourists are returning to Punta Cana with a vengeance. Love all inclusive. That's right. That's right. That's right. We love all inclusive. You got that right. On the Friday Night Live, we looked up, oh my God, I can't remember the name of the place that we looked up. But there was a place in North Punta Cana that was for a week was $4,300 for a unit that slept 4 people. And in the unit, it was 2 double beds, I think they called it. Crazy. And that was July 16th through the 23rd, by the way. And then I picked another date that was like September, Labor Day weekend, at the same location. It was $3,000 for the week, all inclusive. And that had a 1-bedroom, but it wouldn't allow me to do 4 adults. You had to do 2 adults, and then it would allow you to book for kids. So it must have been a 2 adults and then a kids rate. But it was $3,000 for the week, something like July August 30th for a week. So it covered Labor Day weekend. It was $3,000. And all it was, like I said, a 1-bedroom with a sofa sleeper. And we put in 2 adults and 2 children, I believe. All that is excellent for us. That $3,000 means, for instance, $300 a night is $2,100. So now you can start doing 4,000 times 7 is 2,800. So, 400 times 7 is 2,800. Now you know they're charging it all inclusive $420 a night. All right, for a 1-bedroom sofa sleeper. Victor Marrero has a 2-bedroom. I have a 2-bedroom. The thing is, we're not offering all inclusive. So that means we're going to be able to charge less, of course. We might not be able to charge $450 a night, let's say, for a particular night, for the September dates. But even if we charge $300 a night, that still saves the person $700 for the week. So it's up to them to determine if they want to stay in an all-inclusive spot or stay in a spot where they can save $1,700 or more dollars. All right. So those are the kind of things you have to think about. Now, this thing about 80%, I'm loving it. Let's look. Dominican Republic's 80 some degrees all year around on average. So of course there's a reason, and the flights are cheap, and they have like 5 international airports on the island. That's another reason why this is something pretty major. And they're going to have another one, which I think will make 6. And it's going to be in the Punta. So Punta Cana is actually going to have 2 international airports in their area. Don't you think that dictates that a lot of people are coming? Supply and demand, ladies and gentlemen, is what you want in real estate. All right. You want to make money? You got to get yourself some real estate. And if somebody tells you to put down $5,000 to $10,000 and you're going to pay 0% interest until they finish the property, and then at that time you might owe 60% or 50% loan to value. If you haven't been investing in real estate, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have 50% loan to value, it won't matter what your credit status will be. Somebody will get you a loan. All right. So just keep that in mind. It happens in Canada too, and lots of people get scammed. And even the guy who ran a Ponzi in BC. Exactly, Wilson Koo. This is what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff is going on. It's not like it's out of the mainstream. It's the norm. These people are up here selling you courses, and the fact that they're courses means that really, even though it's fraudulent what they're doing, but by law, you're buying a course. So that's why these guys aren't locked up. And you keep going back. Some people say, okay, I bought your course for $1,500. Then they get in another room and said, okay, during that $1,500 course, they're telling people, oh, but if you want to hang out with us and be in the inner circle, then you got to get in this $5,000 upgrade. And then people are paying the $5,000, not making a dime. But because they believe they're part of this group, because humans have this thing about being part of a group, then all of a sudden they're paying that extra $5,000. Some people are even paying an extra $20,000 in like a lock situation. All right. And all they're doing is selling lock stuff. It's crazy what's going on. It's just insane. I have seen people doing scams in church and want people to give them more money and everything else. Exactly, Wilson Koo. It's just wide open. Let me just, you guys, everybody here at SSN Nation, you guys know we've talked about this, and these numbers you can't get away from. 60% of the population does not have $500 in their bank account. 70% of the population, 74% actually, but I always say 70% of the population doesn't have 1,000. So if this is the case, that means 7 out of 10 people don't really have money. So that means you have 7 out of 10 people. When somebody says, I can help you make money, that's signals go up. Wait, somebody can help me get out of this? Somebody can help me make money? Oh my God. Oh my God. Let me go find out how much I can borrow, how much I can get on my credit card. Because this guy says if I follow him, all I got to do is give him like $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, and that'll change my life. So that's why they do what they do, and that's why they're able to get away with it. Right? Curtis, yes, TSLA was up today, but will still go sideways. Yeah, it's going to go sideways, especially with that new Ram situation. If it's true that these guys have this vehicle, this EV that can go 500 miles and it costs less, Tesla has problems. Bernie Madoff said, you guys are small fish. Exactly. Moses Tillman. Exactly. Exactly. We couldn't get in the Bernie Madoff fund. Scam, Ponzi scheme. he went with all the people, and he did the perfect scam. He was like on one of the stock exchanges. He was well known, well respected. He really didn't scam people. And all of a sudden he's like, you know what? I can just have people who are going to give me 2 million, 5 million, 10 million just because off of my name. Yeah, has some doing it with Wesley Virgin. Oh my God. And they don't even remove the guy posting the WhatsApp number. Exactly. Exactly. It's crazy. Oh God, I remember Carlton Sheets, Vanessa Kamagate. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All these guys. Today, someone tried to get me on some payment due to me for taking the vaccine, and they look legit till you see the link, which was a BitLie. Yeah, it's coming. On your phone, they're scamming you. On your computer, on your emails. I mean, it's just nonstop because, again, if you have 7 out of 10 people who have nothing, again, you guys know that little teeter-totter that I talk about, right? I say it, right? If it's 50-50, we good. Where you have the haves and the have-nots, right? We're good. But when you start doing this, and now even the haves have to start sliding down. And that's what people don't understand who have money. You can only keep the poor for so long before they're not able to buy any of your goods or services or nothing. And then what happens? It reverts into this whole scammy situation where people are just trying to get the hopefuls to give them whatever they have left. And that's what we have going on, a large percentage of this. A close associate, friend of friend, died suddenly. Wow. His kids thought all his rental properties were paid off. He dressed up in suits and gold chains always. He left debts. Yeah, that's how it usually works. Unfortunately, that's how it always works. Kevin Dudor is a snake oil salesman with a penchant for stealing from sick. Exactly. He's one of the worst. He's the one that talks about he has this stuff that can make you feel better, stop you from having these aches and pains, and go read this book. And man, he's that guy. Scammers will charge a seminar price for the pre-construction info you gave us for free. Exactly, Vanessa. Exactly. So they come in, they give you free info, just like she said, like we're talking about it. How would you like to have not to worry about your credit, but you will need to make money, and you can buy real estate, 0% interest, just 21 to 36 months. You control property, and everybody in the room puts their hands up. Where do I sign up? And then they said, well, if you want to join us and get on the insiders, then you got to join our rest of our course and class, and it's $1,500, $2,000, $5,000, and you'll be an insider. In fact, we're going to go to the islands and show you where to get these properties. That's how they operate. How many of you have heard about these real estate where people give they get on a bus and say, we're going to go show you some properties that you can invest in. Wink, wink. Yeah. I'm like, really? I'm going to get on a bus and you're going to show me properties to invest in, knowing full well this guy probably bought the property and then he's upselling it to you. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Yet the bus is full, the vans are full, and people are going out to these properties and they're saying, yeah, why don't you invest in this? And I'm like, why would you do that? Unless we're doing random, I'm not buying it. Victor Morrell, good info. I was wondering how the tourist places are recovering after pandemic. Oh, yeah. Also, the problem I see, some people buying courses don't have teachable heart, no patience, no willingness to follow steps. It takes guts to be an entrepreneur. Exactly. And that's the key word. It takes guts to be an entrepreneur. Everything that somebody tells you, everything that I tell you, unless you're willing to take the step and use your own hard-earned money and then be patient and do the process, it's never going to work. So that is the whole thing right there. And when somebody orders a course, most people don't realize most people As soon as they go through the first obstacle, they quit on the course even. Even if the course is legit, they'll still quit because the obstacle came up and they're like, okay, I can't go past this. It's amazing. Andreen Miller, welcome to the Monday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Eric and SSN family. Thank you so much. And again, it's an hour and 45 minutes. Please smash that like button. Why? We need the YouTube algorithms to show some support and some love for the SSN Nation. And if you guys like what we're talking about, anybody new here, please subscribe to the channel. But please smash that notification bell or whatever the bells are, so hopefully they'll notify you. Okay? That would be awesome. Here we are. I have attended 5 real estate classes, and they wanted $30K to $69K to make me a millionaire. There we go. Here we go. Somebody, Andreen Miller, has apparently went to 5 classes, and she's telling it like it is. Look at these numbers, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even know people were paying that kind of money to go allegedly become millionaires. Hell, that little $69K could have bought you a villa in the Punta Cana. It could have bought you a villa that you can rent out for the rest of your life. I mean, this is crazy. But yeah, $30K. I mean, those are crazy numbers. Wow. And then they get in the seminar and they tell people, max out your credit card. Don't worry about it. It's worth it. We'll make sure of it. Yeah, right. But 3 of 10 people have good credit to get $50K, while 7 out of 10 only have $1,000. There you go. There you go. Exactly. 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 Here we go. Ronald Anderson. Welcome to the Money Making Mondays on Monday Night Live with SSN Nation. Thank you so much for being here. What's up, SSN? CCIV to the moon. That's right. He likes his Lucid. I can't blame you. We're holding EVs. What can I say? EVs are being held right now. Nobody should be selling their EVs. Unless, of course, you're Gino Chimiente or somebody that bought in when NIO was $3 or $4. I can understand you doing that. $5, $6. I can understand you selling at that point, because at 400, 800%, 900% on your money, it's hard to get away from that. Yes, the Hawaiian Islands seminars, making money off people. That's right. Dave Del Dotto or whatever his name was. That's what he used to do. The Insider Circle, 5K. That's right. That's Locke's program. And then once you get in the insiders at the 5K mark, then they got another one. I think it's like 10K. It's crazy. Do you remember the Robert Kiyosaki? Yes. Real estate course. Well, I had gone to one, and a guy representing him said that I should get the bank to increase my credit limit to what? 100K and get the money to them. Yeah, exactly. And they give him a pass as well. Look, if you guys are here and you're seeing this real estate, you guys please search the channel, Stop Struggling Now channel for real estate investing. I've been going over the last 7 months about the pre-construction, even in downtown Miami, even in Merida, Mexico, Tulum, Mexico, Dominican Republic. We've talked about all this, and all you need is you could, in some instances, put down $5,000 and pay $500 a month, and in 2 years, you have skin in the game, 0% interest that you paid over the 2 years before they built the property, and then you have a 50 or 60% loan to value. Then you can get a loan, and if you have a 50 or 60% loan to value, your credit doesn't need to even be that good. All right? You have skin in the game. And most properties have went up in value. So when I say 50 or 60%, that's being probably the normal rate it may be. But in Victor Marrero's case, his properties, he's under 30. In fact, I think he's under 25% right now because they're selling 1-bedroom units for $300,000. He has a 2-bedroom. They're selling 1-bedroom units at the Galaxy, the Conorock Galaxy, for what was it on Friday night? $330, $350. I'm like, wait, if a 1-bedroom's worth that, what's a 2-bedroom? They got to be worth $400, right? A 2-bedroom, if the ones are 3 something. So he bought his for 2 something. he's pretty much going to be at like, he only owes like 100 and low ones. So that means he's only going to have a 25% loan to value before his property's built, more than likely, or less. So this is what we're talking about. Right now, my property's 70% loan to value when I bought it. Now we're down to 57, I believe, 57% loan to value, because it went up in value 10,000 in 7 months, and they haven't even broke ground. So I don't know what's going to happen in reality. I mean, it could go up another 20 or 30, but if it goes up like another 40, then we're going to be under 50% LTV. We're going to be more like 45. So we're not going to have a problem with getting it financed, and you rent it out to pay off the debt, and they will invest in property for me, right? Yeah, exactly. What's up? UPST and CHP up 4%. That's right. Upstart and ChargePoint. ChargePoint is the charging stations for EV vehicles. Should be holding on to all this. Upstart helps with finances. Ronald Anderson, do you think it will drop right after the merger? CCIV, no. I have no idea. I think it already did drop. Myself, I don't know if it's going to drop any further, but I think it already dropped. So any investment at this point, I think is all good. Cheesecake up 4%, CLF up 1%. That's right. Curtis Davis dropping gems, ladies and gentlemen. This is the stock market. CLF, I like that. I really like CLF. Cheesecake, they're coming back. I like that too. The economy. Mr. Bird, you've given us the facts and it only costs us to listen to your show. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Hey, that's how we keep it around here, because it's real out here in the field. We don't want you guys getting caught up, and nor do we want you spending money out the door, is what I call it, throwing it in the wind. So when somebody's sitting there paying $5,000, $10,000 for courses or more, and Dream's talking about 30 to 69K, that's, you could have started a business, you could have invested in anything and come out ahead, just about. But the worst part is, a person could have bought property that would feed them for a lifetime. That's the worst part for all this. And all they got is nothing in return for these monies, other than the promise that, hey, you give us this money, then you're going to need more money to invest in whatever they have coming for you. You know, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So we give you the barriers to entry. The low barriers to entry. Anybody can do what I'm talking about. Anybody can buy property. Anybody can go to Canva and create their own memes, create their own promotional materials. You can, for free. Anybody can go to Fiverr and pay somebody to do whatever you need done on the internet. All that is readily available. Anybody can invest in stocks. You guys go down below in the description. I have information for everything that we're talking about here. All right, get your free stocks from Robinhood, Webull. Get your free $10 from Coinbase. Get your sign up for the newsletter, please. So then that way you guys will know when I send out a new video, because YouTube doesn't like what I talk about. All right, because Wilson Koo just said it, giving us the facts, and it only cost us to listen to the show. So this right here is part of the problem. Most people are thinking, hey, everything is equal, but apparently it's not. I've been giving out facts for 3 years, and some people have benefited from it greatly. So for some reason, YouTube doesn't push the content that I have, but again, they'll push all the content that we've been talking about from all these so-called gurus who have courses to sell, no problem. Hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions of views and everything, they'll push that garbage. But somebody that says, hey, you don't need that course, all you have to do is go down here and this is what you do, lay it out for you, show you on the screen exactly what to do. I mean, people are paying for courses to start an LLC. Think about this. LegalZoom is one of these companies that they say, hey, send us your stuff. We'll charge an extra $100, $150. When all it costs you is $125, $150 to actually get your LLC hooked up. So people do this all the time. There's courses out here that says how to start your business, how to start an LLC. I have videos where I actually literally go to the Florida sunbiz.org and show you literally how to go get your LLC with the state of Florida. Literally show you how to go to the IRS and get your EIN number. It's free. But they have people paying courses for this stuff. It's insanity. Did you see CMG? They just got upgraded to 2400. Yes, I did, Gino Shimiente. And again, Chipotle is it. I told Gino Shimiente, we talked about this last Monday, when I said CMG is like McDonald's. They're like a real estate company. And I like CMG better because they have a smaller footprint. So they can put themselves in the best locations because they don't need a whole corner or the size of a McDonald's location. I love CMG, so I'm not surprised at this. We like that. We love it. CMG. We love it. Gino, I'm in CMG. Been enjoying movement last 2 weeks. Exactly. We've been hanging in there, loving it, man. Coverage taught me no matter how bad a crisis gets, any sound investment will eventually pay off. That, hey, somebody should put that up in lights because that's exactly the key right there. Even if the economy goes down, if you're invested in companies that made the right decisions, have the right cash flow, the right bottom line, and aren't doing some risky stuff, they still continue to make money. And like I said before, in about a month ago, when I said, hey, this is about the time when you might want to consider like the Apple, the Microsofts, the CMGs, the NVIDIAs, all these companies that Pepsi, Coke, things like this, because they're worldwide, they always have it going on regardless of the economy. So again, I like that comment right there from Gino Shimiente. Thank you so much for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost into 2 hours. So we're going to have to smash that like button, please. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell because we're going to need that. And again, please, in the description below, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already. The only reason is because I need to send out information when I upload a new video. All right? That's generally why I have the newsletter. But there's going to be something else coming out, which is SSN Lifestyle, and there'll be information coming out with that as well. But SSN Lifestyle will have ssnlifestyle.com eventually. Well, actually, we already have it. It's just that I don't have any production on that. There is an SSN Lifestyle YouTube channel, which anything regarding SSN Lifestyle will probably be on that channel, but I'll be mentioning it, obviously, on Stop Struggling Now. Can't do that. But again, watch out for the new change of the header and the banner. So you guys do all this fraud talk. People might think when I upload the new banner that it's fraudulent or something. I will say I haven't seen it in 3 or 4 months. I just remember it was like neon green. There's a little background in there. So it's totally different than this grayish out logo that you've seen on the YouTube channel. So it's going to be totally different. All right. Sometimes we got to make a change, ladies and gentlemen. And here comes the change. All right. Courage taught me no matter how bad crisis. Yeah, I got to put that up again. Any sound investment will eventually pay off. Exactly. Curtis Davis, I smashed the like button. Thank you so much. All right. So since we have some new people here, a few, I'm going to run the version of the SSN Lifestyle that has my voiceover on it. So we're going to do that one. All right. Let's see. Where is it? I think this is the one here. So I got some feedback on Friday night. Let me know of any new feedback tonight. SSN Lifestyle. Do you want to travel and see the world? Stay in luxurious accommodations. Have peace of mind and relaxation. The financial freedom to enjoy the life you deserve? Well, welcome to the SSN Lifestyle. Your financial health will create your wealth. We're here to help you drive to your destination of greatness. And we have the start button. If you are willing to learn, put in the work, and help others achieve their goals and dreams, then please join us for a better future and welcome to the SSN lifestyle. We will help you create happiness and freedom to enjoy life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's just a little teaser in case you're new here at SSN Lifestyle. That's what's coming. All right. Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions, of course, you can always ask. Have no problems. That's how we do it around here. Sometimes. Oh, and by the way, how can I forget? We didn't do something this time, did we? We got to go to the DR. Dominican Republic today. Right? Let's go see what the headlines are. We do have, in case people don't understand the infatuation with the Punta Cana, it's because we have in somewhere around 22, 23 people in the SSN Nation that have bought in Dominican Republic. All right, let's go to tourism. The country recovers. Here's what Victor Marrero was talking about earlier. Whoa, 40K plus flights? Holy smokes. Having added 462,000 non-resident foreigners in June, it's the first time in 16 months that the influx of non-residents to the Dominican Republic exceeded 460,000 passengers, of which 75% came from the United States, according to a statement published Monday. That's right, because Spirit Airlines, American Airlines, or whoever else airlines going to Punta Cana, they have special deals right now. Oh my gosh, that's awesome right there. We like to hear that. Anybody coming from Spain has to present a negative test. Government collected more than 3 billion pesos from tourists. I don't know what that turns into USD. What is that? Is that 1.5? I think that's what it is. Let's see. Carnivals, Mardi Gras cruise ship to arrive in Puerto Plata and La Romana this month. Uh-oh. Here we go. How many people's on these cruise ships? 2,000 or 3,000? Tourism leads first quarter foreign direct investment with US 240 million. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the investments happening. Here we go. 2,600 is the answer to that question. Arrival of 2,600 passengers to Puerto Plata. There we are. DR Golf Travel Exchange returns in September. Here we go. About 4,000 cruise passengers arrived in Puerto Plata for the reopening of the Amber Cove Terminal. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right. This is what we're talking about. This is why there's excitement as far as I'm concerned, because since I have invested already, I'm more than excited. This is why the property value might go up. Yeah, there we go. 55. Yeah, so that was like 1.5 million. JetBlue launches direct flights between New Jersey and Puerto Plata. Oh my God, this has turned into something else right here. This has turned into something special. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this has turned into something special as far as I'm concerned. All right. Hey, it's that Barry White pushing SSN lifestyle. Yeah. Yes, the Barry White's coming, man. Yes, it's Vanessa Common-Gate. Right on. Glad to hear it. Thank you for that feedback. That's funny. All right. Okay, so if you're new here, this is why we've been talking about. And in fact, I'll show you. Which one do I want to show? Let's go. Okay, I have to show my spot. because I love it. I got to show Marrero's spot, but people might be getting tired of me showing these spots, but I have to. I'm going to do this one. I'll do my spot first. PanoramaPuntacana.com. So we'll go with my spot first. All right. So this is why there's excitement in the air. All right. So yeah, I'll go to Garden. I'll just show my spot so you guys can see what's going on. I think the page shows the lake and all that. No new updates, although I should get some updates. Okay, so here goes. Look, this is 64,500 for some units here. So when Andreen Miller was talking about some people were being asked for 30,000 to 69,000, they could have came over here and bought a condo or even a townhouse. It already paid, and look, I won't show the video, but this is actually a saltwater lake. That's a freshwater lake. Over here is an island that's going to have commercial restaurants, whatever, cigar bars and whatever on this island, shopping. All right. And you can see here, places are across. This is Oasis del Lago, which are villas only, upscale side. What you can't see right here is their own little private club here. There's places to snack bar and drinks and everything here, and they're putting another section down here. But again, golf course is on site, trails for running, sport fishing, co-working, and co-office spaces. That's the one thing that they mention here, but I don't know where it is. So, but here's the unit for 64 grand, 1 bedroom. All right, has a balcony, but this isn't the unit, so can't go by that. Here goes another one, 74 grand. So I'm just giving you guys an idea. And here goes a 2 bedrooms. But again, these are the condos, but they have villas as well. All right. So that's Panorama, Punta Cana. I'll go over to the park so you guys can see the park. I'll probably leave it in, is it going to be in Spanish or English? So I rarely show the park side, but these are all together, so to speak. So see that now they're started at 137. This has went up in price because this wasn't 137 before. So now they have townhouses. Well, they're like here they are right here. Look at this, 154 now, 167 now. Holy smokes, 175. So their prices have went up for these townhouses. I think only about 10,000 or so, because I think it was 120 or something like that for the smallest one. But that just gives you an idea. And then the other reason why I talk about Cana Rock is because there's so many choices. Cana Rock has units on the golf course, and it's an all-inclusive at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel. So when I give you this drop-down menu, look, they have Star, Galaxy, Universe, Stellar, Space, Terra, Blue Marinas in El Cortocito, and Cana Rock condos, and they're on the golf course. So this is the beauty of this. And apparently they have their own private beach club, and of course they have the golf course, and of course you can go to the Cana Rock Hotel and casino. I'm pretty sure they're going to give wristbands, and they're guaranteeing people 6-7% on their money if you go through their rental program. So again, here's all their places. So you can't go wrong with none of this. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. This isn't all of the units in this area. So this is why it's pretty major, and especially since they're trying to push that tourism. More people lost money waiting for corrections and anticipating corrections than the actual corrections. Yes, Gino Scimiente. In fact, I can attest to that because I recently sold some stocks. Yes, it was nice, 50%, 150, 300, 400, 500. But if I would have sold like probably a month ago I would have had an extra 30 to 50 to 100% on some of the stocks. So fortunately for me, I did hold longer, but I have sold some stocks because I'm reinvesting in some other assets. All right. But he has very good points on this. And by the way, I dropped a new video yesterday. I'm going to have a new video for the update on the paper trading where I did some initial things. So in case some people are not feeling comfortable with stock market trading using Robinhood or Webull, then tomorrow I'll be dropping a video where I'm going over some Robinhood and Webull paper trading. I'll put it on the screen so we'll track what's been happening over the last month. The paper trading is only because I started, I think, 2 weeks ago. So whatever happened between 2 weeks ago and now, which most things are in a downward direction, so I'm thinking it's negative. So in certain instances, what are we supposed to do? Buy more. Stock market usually comes back up. So are you going to buy a little bit more now? So we'll see. But the new video I'll drop tomorrow on that. All right. So real estate makes your money multiply by 7 to 10 times down pay of 10K. Exactly. Because there's different ways you can look at real estate investing. I saw a lot of people do some other little funny tricks with their real estate investing, right? Which is nothing wrong with it. It's not really tricks. It's just the way that you think about it. So if you put down $20,000, let's say, and out of your pocket, you got financing for the other 80. And then you rented out the property and you made, let's just say we made $30,000 profit. So some people would say, okay, I put down 20, I made 30. Is that 15% on my money? Some people say that's 15% on their money because it's 20,000. Doesn't matter that the property cost 100 and I have a note, but I put down 20, I got 30 back, so that's 15% on your money, right? It's more than 15% on your money. So, or is it, that's 150. I'm wrong about 15%. 15% would only be 20, that would make it 23,000 profit. So 50% makes it 10. So 50% on my money, actually. So that's what some people would say. They'd say, I put down 20, I made $30,000 in profit, so I made 50% on my money. Very true. The secret of real estate, you're controlling a 100K asset for a tenth of the price or fraction in terms flexible. Exactly. And that's what we kept talking about pre-construction. Like in Miami, downtown Miami, which has the upper cost more. Put down 20% and a studio costs $350,000. One bedrooms cost $450,000, $60,000, $70,000. So that changes your dynamics a little bit. But the fact is, you still 0% interest, still control property. By the time it's built, it's going to appreciate. So you get to win-win. No problems. Win all the way around. And that's why when inflation happens and economy goes down, it's always nice to actually be able to have money coming in from another source, in this case, real estate. So we're creating income, but we're paying for it, all right? Unlike when I started at the beginning, you didn't need any money to do affiliate marketing. You just needed internet connection or a phone or whatever, laptop, desktop, phone, tablet, any of those. And you could generate through affiliate marketing and through making memes and using Canva. All that's free. And even starting a YouTube channel or a podcast channel, free. Down below are links, ladies and gentlemen, for podcasts. Down below is a link for StreamYard, which is a free link. And StreamYard is free until you upgrade. Buzzsprout podcast is free until you upgrade. So you can start all these ways to create revenue for free. Once you start growing and making money, then you can invest like you're supposed to. You reinvest in your business. That's what you're supposed to do, right? Pretty simple. Check the engineering review for the condo before it ends up like the one that collapsed. Yeah. You're talking about in Surfside? Yeah, that condo is like 30 years old. Back when, again, that's what's so scary. They actually had architects, people that checked on the concrete, the cracks and all that. They had them out there in the last 2 years. You know what happened. They came back and said, well, it's going to cost you X amount of millions of dollars to fix it. And they figured they had time to fix it. They had the bottom of their unit, bottom of their parking garage filled with water. Problem. Huge problem. Concrete and water don't mix. How many people here have basements? Full-size basements. And how many of those people have over, if you've had the house 20, 30 years, how many have had leaks? Just doesn't mix. So they delayed, and now it's catastrophic, and now people have lost their lives because the condominium, the HOA, and all them guys didn't take cracks in their building seriously, which is a travesty. People should be going to jail for this. Sickening. But I will still be looking at setting up to $300K in DR for condos. Yeah, Wilson Koo. In case anybody wants to do financing, Wilson Koo has some financing and lending available. Some of the guys, loan guys, which Moses Tillman, I talked with the loan guys, by the way. I still can't say they're legitimate because I really don't like how they operate. They're acting like they're an online company. And yes, they answered the phone, but it seems like everything, it's not like you can drop in at the office or something. It seems weird. But there's a lot of companies that are like that. Sad on Condo on Surfside. They should have just closed early, but too much money on the line. Exactly. It's in Surfside, so that means the condos, I don't know what the values are, but now they're worth nothing. And by the HOA not putting a priority on this, and the architects and the guys who came out to look at these cracks and not putting a sound the alarm to the city and the state saying, hey, these guys need to do something right now, like yesterday, they all should be at fault at this. If some of you have saw the video, I've seen video with the cracks. They weren't no little 1-inch crack. I mean, these are straight up 2, 3, 4-inch cracks. And you can just see it just kept going around downstairs in the parking garage. I was like, wait. And people came out to check this out and just walked off going, this is what you need to fix? Clearly, you needed to get something done like yesterday. It's insane. And there's other buildings, I'm pretty sure it's going to be along the same lines. They're talking about condemning the neighbor building. Yeah, exactly. Some of these buildings were all built at the same time. And there's another building built by these same guys. I think there's another 2 buildings that are still standing, of course, built by these same people that constructed the Surfside one that collapsed. It's crazy. These boards at the condo were negligent in fixing the envelopes and concrete protection for membrane damage. Exactly. That's exactly right. It's sickening. The value just went south as building structures at risk. The water was draining into the pool pipes. Exactly. Who would go out there, look at this, right on the thing going, oh, hey, HOA, I think you need to get this done, and here's how much it's going to cost. These guys should have been like, emergency. This is a red flag. How are you going to have cracks at the lower levels? It's one thing to have a crack on the top floor. It's another thing to have crack at the bottom floor where your whole structure is based on the weight of the bottom floor and the structure of the bottom floor. You don't need an architect for this. This is like insane. You walk into a place and there's water in your parking garage and it hasn't been raining. That's a problem. I mean, just crazy stuff. The value just went south. Yeah, exactly. I understand standard become outdates. 1980s different than today technology. Exactly. This is the whole point. Anything built now, unless it's built a certain way, you're always going to have to upkeep. No matter what. Nothing stays forever. They should have had the property evacuated immediately. Exactly, Tiffany Young. Welcome to the Monday Night Live. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Nice to see you again, and with the icon next to your name. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. If I'm sure it sounds like some of you have seen the pictures. And I don't know of anybody who would have thought after seeing the cracks in the ceiling and knowing the pool is above the cracks, and who would walk out of the place and seeing the water on the in the garage. I don't know which human's going to walk out of there going, oh yeah, I think I'm going to live here. First of all. Second of all, what human's going to walk out of there and go, hey man, you guys better call somebody. This is not good. You got 3-4 inch cracks. In fact, somebody might have taken them on themselves to call the city and said, hey, you need to have somebody come down here. This place doesn't look safe. Nobody did that. It's crazy. I sat on a condo board for 14 years and know too well the shenanigans in these boards. Yeah, Wilson Koo, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I was, like I said, some of you know when I was trying to build a house at Clear Lake and when I gave you that condo story. It's a joke. These guys are so, man, they're disgusting. John Ruck is in the house. Welcome to the Money Making Mondays SSN Nation live stream. Nice to see you again, John Ruck. At work as usual, but of course he's listening as usual. So I thank you so much for being here and listening while you're at work. I appreciate it. Membranes on concrete floors should always be first priority. Exactly, Wilson Koo. Exactly. And these guys had all kind of issues that were straight up red flags, and they let them go for years. That's the thing about it. It was like, this isn't like it just happened like 3 months ago or 5 months ago. It was like 2 years ago. It's crazy. This tragedy will now be a wake-up call for the other surrounding buildings. Sad. Exactly, Vanessa. All the other buildings, they're suspect because in Surfside is an older, well, that used to be North Miami Beach. They changed it to Surfside. Those structures are 30 years old or older. And they did not care back then because that was out in the middle of nowhere. Now it's not. Curtis Davis, yes, very unfortunate. Praying for all the people there. Nobody's going to buy anything there now. And that's prime real estate in front of the ocean. Exactly. Although I disagree with you, nobody's going to buy anything. I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to wipe that clear. And somebody else is going to buy and build a brand new where it's going to cost people $2-3 million. I gave you guys a story where my friend lives at the Aquilina 1, as I call it. That was the first one that they built. And unbelievable. Even though the condos cost $1 million plus, you would have thought, because it's in Sunny Isles, you would have said, Sunny Isles, Florida, you would have said, oh, there can't be anything wrong with this. It was just built like, well, actually, I don't know when Aquilina was built. I think it was built like 2007 or 8. But anyhow, it's relatively new. So everybody lives there. And people have $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 cars down below in the basement. They put a basement there, right? In Florida. A parking garage underground. Storm comes. Guess what happened? The brilliant architects or whoever designed the Aquilina 1, everybody's car got destroyed that was in the parking garage from the storm. Filled up with water. It didn't drain. What kind of, this is just crazy, right? Crazy stuff. Crazy. So it just goes to show you, even though it was 2005, 6, 7 when they built that place, still stuff happens. It's just incredible. These boards can have some real yahoos who would save a penny just to pocket the dollars and risk safety and life and value of investment. Exactly, and that's what happened at the Surfside. And I'm pretty sure that's what's happening in other ones in Surfside. So now, due to this travesty here, the city or the cities in Miami area, now all of a sudden they're going to start taking it a little more seriously. But unfortunately, it took over 130 to 50 people to die for them to do that, knowing full well there's cracks. And there's other buildings in Miami, I'm pretty sure that has cracks. Keep in mind, we're talking about the soil in Florida is not like stable. So stuff is going to move. So I just don't get it. I really, really don't get it. So anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we're 2 hours and 25 minutes in. I think we're going to wrap this up for the Monday Night Live. We did a record on the, what was it? Wednesday Night Live when we did 4 hours. That was a record. We never did that. So I think we're nearing a record for the Monday Night Live at 2 hours and 24 minutes. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. If you have any questions, please ask them before we roll out of here. And I hope you guys had your pen, pads, and papers ready and got these gems that were dropped, especially when we started talking about stocks, even though I didn't go into it on the screen, like the CMG, the CLFs, right? We got to talk about those. So that's what we do here. And I hope you enjoyed some of the how to create income and use some of these tools that we have available to you. But please go look at the description down below the video. And there's lots of tools there, whether you want to start live streaming, whether you want to start doing podcasts, whether you want to create images, all there. If you want to use other people and get some help, the Fiverr's there. The Robinhood Webull, get your free shares of stock to start off your stock portfolio. That's down below in the description. Get that. Get your free $10 from Coinbase. All right? You can do that. There's all kind of things that you can do. And let me see if I forgot something. Let me go look. Let me go see if I have some things here. Oh, Wealthfront. And I left out Cashapp. If you haven't gotten Cashapp yet, then get Cashapp. Get your free $10. Cashapp means you can send money back and forth amongst people, and literally in minutes. That helps out. And yes, in case anybody wants to know, yeah, I take donations at Cashapp. Even though I never said it, I don't really take donations. I have Cashapp, but you guys know what it is. It's Stop Struggling Now, right? But I don't take donations. We don't do that, donations via Cashapp. But just give you an idea. So I have it under Stop Struggling Now. So actually, some people use their names. Like Roland Martin Unfiltered uses Cashapp. A lot of companies use Cashapp because you're bypassing the platforms who take 30%, like in the case of YouTube. They take 30%. So you bypass that 30% with a Cashapp, for instance. There's also a lot of you might be saying, hey, Eric, I don't invest in the stock market. And there's a place called Wealthfront. It's down below in the description. I'm going to put this in the chat room. Wealthfront means you give them $500 or more. They manage your money for free. But if you gave them $5,000 or more, then it does cost you 0.075% annually. But anywhere from $500 to $5,000, they manage your money for free. And that's Wealthfront. And you don't have to make any investments. You just tell them if you want to take risk, what type of risk you want, high risk, medium risk, or low risk. There's other factors as well, but that's generally what you got to choose. If you want to do high risk, medium risk, or low risk, you give them your $500 or more and let them manage it based on that criteria. So you don't have to pick individual stocks, or you can do what Marrero does and a few of us do. We invest in index funds. So the index funds like VOO, VTI, SCHB for the Schwab crowd, ARK funds, ARK, which is Kathy Wood. So again, those are the things that you can do. Thanks for the gems and tips. Always great evening with you all. Thank you so much, Wilson Koo. Appreciate it. With the icon, Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial, Alabama QB just signed, nil deal with Cashapp. Exactly. So Cashapp is an accepted form. In fact, you can buy stocks on Cashapp. All right. So that's something you can pick out. I'm going to do something else because I forgot something. Let's go with unstoppable domains. All right. So that's something you guys can think about. Yes, they are. Okay, I put a link down for unstoppable domains. That's a .crypto domain. So that's how you can accept money. Anybody can send you any type of crypto to your, like, stopstrugglingnow.crypto. All right, we have that. So you can send crypto, any choice you pick, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Polkadot, whatever. You get to choose how you want to send the $20. And then it comes to stopstrugglingnow.crypto. And I don't have to give you any of those numbers. I don't have to give you a QR code. I don't have to give you anything other than stopstrugglingnow.crypto. All right. So that's Unstoppable Domains. Down below in the description, I have that as well. And Wilson Koo is up on it. Wealthfront is also in Canada and tied with Wealthsimple. Exactly. That's why it's in America. Exactly. He's got it exactly right. He's on top of it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 2 hours, 29 minutes in. Well, again, let me know if you have anything to say. And the best thing that happened with college sports is awesome, where the athletes can now get paid based on their likeness, based on any type of side deals. That's not against NCAA rules. High time. High time. All right. Like I said, it's no fun walking into the student union and seeing yourself in the posters, seeing yourself in the gear, seeing yourself, and they're selling stuff and they're telling you, hey, we can't give you any money. It's illegal if somebody gives you money to go see your parents for a plane ticket. But you go, wait, isn't that me in the student union what's going on? Isn't that me? What are you talking about? That's crazy. You guys are making money. Here we go. Victor Marrera he's putting these index funds in here. Good list for index and ETFs, all over 40% 1 year return. All right, there we go. VUG, IVW, IUSG, IWY. I'm not familiar with these except XLK, VOOG, QQQ, 1Q, VOO, VTI. Okay, I'm only familiar with about half of that. But hey, this is why you have to do your own due diligence, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody's going to hand it to you. I don't even care about the gurus. They don't hand it to you. You got to spend money to get the information. And then you're banking that you spent the money. Is the information really going to help you? You don't know that. So here's the same thing. When you're investing, you do your due diligence. You feel comfortable with your investments. You just don't blindly go, okay, Victor Marrero said it. Eric said to invest in VTIO, VOO. No, even though we're saying it and they are good, but you should still investigate. Do your due diligence, because then you have to learn a little reasoning on why we're saying it. It's that simple, just like any stocks we talk about. And I said, like when I was talking about CMG and I called them a real estate company, that's why I look at Chipotle. Just like McDonald's, I call them a real estate company too. Just like In-N-Out Burger. Because what they're doing is they're picking spots based on traffic and other criteria. And so therefore, they're picking out the real estate years in advance. And then they're going, okay, well, we know where the traffic's coming from. We know where the new freeway is going to be built. We know where they're building a new home, a housing development. So therefore, we're going to put our properties here. But they're already buying it for 5 years from now. And that's why I call them real estate companies, because that's how they're staying ahead of the competition. Because if the competition can't buy properties and sit on vacant land for 5 years to 10 years, then you're not going to win the long game. So that's the kind of thing you got to do your due diligence and get yourself an advantage. Fidelity hiring crypto developers, getting sick. That's right. That's exactly right. Especially when you have, Ecuador and Mexico talking about trying to get this Bitcoin like mainstream. Yeah, we got something happening. There's a 16-year-old player getting $2 million. Yeah, it's actually a group. And I saw Hersey Miller, which is Master P's son, is in this thing, $2 million deal. I think it's not just him, but there's other people that's in it as well. It's awesome. I love to see this. Love it, Victor. Jalen Lewis, 16-year-old signed with Overtime Elite Basketball League, alternate to college. There you go. There we go. This is what the internet has done. This has allowed other outlets to be televised, to be shown, and to monetize it. So now, yeah, you might not be able to make $100 million, but hell, if the company can make 50 million, 60 million, 20 million, and they can pay kids to help them out, there you go. It's all about monetizing, ladies and gentlemen. You got to monetize yourself, right? Yes, finally the player getting something. Hell, even the Vegas ladies get their share for their talent. The colleges are bad pimps and gang lords. There you go. That's basically what the NCAA has been for over 50 years, 60, 70 years. The NCAA has been pimping all the athletes, whether it doesn't even matter what athletes. It doesn't have to be basketball and football. It's baseball, it's soccer, it's all of it. Because it's this thing about, hey, why would you want anything else? You're getting a free education. That was their pitch for the last 70, 80 years. You're getting a free education, so that should be enough. Except a free education is not worth what it used to be worth. It used to be worth a lot. When you got a diploma from a college, you could get a job that would only require one person to work in the household. Well, due to inflation and, people not wanting to pay their workers that much, we don't have the same upside as a person did 60 years ago for a college degree. So no longer. But at the same time, when the NCAA came out, there weren't any $100 million TV contracts. They weren't even $1 million contracts. So therefore, there weren't bowl games that would be getting football bowl games and March Madness that would be getting hundreds of millions of dollars. There was none of that. So it was kind of like, well, there's no revenue. But ever since the 70s, there's revenue. So therefore, why would they've been pimping people. They're getting $3, $4, $5 billions of dollars on the backs of the athletes. Crazy. There are 16-year-old soccer players getting great coins for playing. Exactly. I love to see this myself. It's a capitalist society. This is how you operate. Fact, true. You called it. And there you go. At Wilson Coup. Exactly. Curtis Davis, Mr. Financial. Yeah, so you guys know the stories, man. I played in college, and that was one of my little pet peeves. But again, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm a business guy at heart. You guys know how we do this. They were like, Eric, we're not going to give you any money. I said, no worries, watch this. So again, I got clearance from the NCAA where I could actually sell products. While I'm playing at basketball, I'm having products sold at the snack bar. I got clearance. So after the game, while the rest of the fellas going to the locker room, I'm going to pick up money. So that was just one of my things that I did while I was in college, and they thought I just played basketball. I was making money the whole time. So some of you guys know I told you about the TV show that was a pre-shopping channel, where the guy actually had where people can bid on items while he does bingo in Santa Rosa. And I provided the show with products. So every Friday, I'd go down and pick up another check. So graduating from college was like a joke. It was just like, are you serious? I already make money. In fact, I make more than my professors. So I was like, is this a joke or something? I said, but at the time, they taught you need a college degree. That paper helps. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, I don't really need any paper to tell me that I'm handling business. So I had all this stuff going on while I was in college. So things are a little bit different. So I've always been an entrepreneur and doing things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this up. So I want to thank you for being here once again. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why this is still the No Guru Zone. That's why we give you information that will help you. And you can do your own due diligence from there, because we're giving it to you for free. There's no charges here. All right. Now, when we start the SSN lifestyle, that's a different story. That's all business. Another different type of business. All right. So with all that said, thank you for watching, and keep your head up. Keep moving, and I'm out.